Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Crime on this Thursday with episodes of Box 13 starring Alan Ladd, Paul Frees as the Green Lama, Larry Thor in Broadway Is My Beat, The Challenge of the Yukon, and Lum and Abner. That's all straight ahead here on this Sure Happy It's Thursday. This is the 3rd day of July, 184th day of the year, 181 days left. We're on the downside here, heading to 2026. Commander-in-Chief George Washington took command of the Continental Army on this date in 1775. The first savings bank in the U.S., the Bank of Savings in New York City, opened in 1819. The first state normal school in the U.S., the forerunner to today's Framingham State College, opened in Lexington, Massachusetts in 1839. In 1884, Dow Jones published its first stock average. Happy birthday, Idaho. You were admitted as the 43rd State of the Union on this date in 1890. In 1930, the Veterans Administration created by Congress. On the first anniversary of U.S. and UN involvement in Korea, President Truman on this date in 1951 answered critics who called for removal of the troops.
The young men in Korea and Japan are fighting for time for us. There's always an emphasis on the casualties in Korea. Of course, when there's fighting, there are casualties. But did it ever occur to you that if this necessity with which we are faced is not met, that the casualties in Korea will be one small drop in a bucket?
President Truman on this date 74 years ago today. In 1952, Puerto Rico's constitution approved by Congress. In 1962, Jackie Robinson became the first African-American to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. 1978, Supreme Court ruled on a 5-4 vote that the Federal Communications Commission was within its rights to reprimand a New York radio station for airing George Carlin's comedy routine, 7 Words You Can't Say on Television. Using none of those words, Carlin reacted.
I don't know if those justices were supposed to listen or not, or if they could just read that from a transcript. I think it's a lot different reading it.
And I'll admit, the routine is funny, the delivery is great, but, you know, the words just are not able to be said in broadcast media. There are just some words that you shouldn't be saying. Okay, getting to other items from the day, 1979, Jimmy Carter, the President Carter, signed the first directive for secret aid to the opponents of the pro-Soviet regime in Kabul, Afghanistan. In 1985, Universal Pictures released the time travel comedy Back to the Future.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Oh, it's amazing that we still have Michael Fox around, even if medical issues are not allowing him to do what he used to be able to do. Christopher Lloyd, crazy. Back to the Future. And it was released on this date back in 1985. A year later, 1986, President Reagan presided over the relighting of the renovated Statue of Liberty.
We are the keepers of the flame of liberty. We hold it high tonight for the world to see, a beacon of hope, a light unto the nations. And so, with joy and celebration, and with a prayer that this lamp shall never be extinguished, I ask that you all join me in this symbolic act of faith, this lighting of Miss Liberty's torch.
The 4-day event called Liberty Weekend celebrated the full restoration of the Statue of Liberty. In 1988, U.S. Navy warship USS Vincennes shot down Iran Air Flight 655 over the Persian Gulf, killing all 290 people aboard.
We believe that the cruiser USS Vincennes, while actively engaged with threatening Iranian surface units and protecting itself from what was concluded to be a hostile aircraft, shot down an Iranian airliner over the Straits of Hormuz. The U.S. government deeply regrets this incident.
Admiral William Crowe, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, saying the commanders were being fired upon by units on the ground and that the airplane was outside the prescribed commercial air corridor. Passing away on this date in history, the head of the Doors, Jim Morrison.
Jim was buried in a simple ceremony with only a few friends present. The initial news of his death and funeral was kept quiet because those of us who knew him intimately and loved him as a person wanted to avoid all the notoriety and circus-like atmosphere that surrounded the deaths of such other rock personalities as Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix.
Jim Morrison passing away on this date in 1971. Also passing away on this date, actor James Daly. You remember him from Medical Center. Ross Martin, also singer Rudy Valley. Actor Jim Backus, so many great characters. Actor-comedian Joe DeRita of the Three Stooges. Saxophonist Boots Randolph. And the delightful Andy Griffith. Birthdays on this date include George M. Cohan, writer Franz Kafka. She was probably best known to Americans for her role on the panel in What's My Line, but she was actually quite a good columnist and writer. Dorothy Kilgallen, born on this date. Clarinetist Pete Fountain, soul singer on telebass. Heat Waves, Johnny Wilder Jr., and singer Laura Branigan, all born on this date in history.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
Writer Dave Barry is 78 today. From 8 is and up in Cary, Betty Buckley is 78. Bailey Quarters from WKRP in Cincinnati, Jan Smithers, 76. Country's Aaron Tippett is 67. Top Guns, Tom Cruise is 63 today.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
By the way, Tom Cruise finally getting an Emmy, an honorary Emmy. He's going to get it presented to him at the annual Governor's Awards for the Lifetime of Achievement in Motion Pictures, but not quite good enough to get a real one, I guess. Along with Tom Cruise, Dolly Parton, Debbie Allen will also get honorary Oscars this coming year, and also because they're getting older, I guess. Tom Cruise, 63 today. Lisa Simpson Boyce, Yardley Smith, 61. From Sons of Anarchy, Tommy Flanagan is 60. From Becker and Anger Management, Shawnee Smith is 56. From Private Practice, Audra McDonald is 55. Kimmy from Full House, Andrea Barber is 49. And actress Olivia Munn is 45. Those are just a few of the people celebrating the 3rd day of July as their birthday. If this is your birthday...
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
And we're going to go back to Sunday, July 3rd, 1949, 76 years ago today for a couple of shows. First, Alan Ladd in Box 13. That'll be up first here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
The Crusade for Freedom is a crusade for your freedom and mine. The truth dollars people send the Crusade for Freedom help preserve our own freedom, even as they get the truth and hope to people behind the Iron Curtain. Truth dollars help finance Radio Free Europe and Radio Free Asia, the most effective weapons Western democracy has for countering lies and distortion. Send your contribution to The Crusade for Freedom, care of your local postmaster. That's Crusade for Freedom, care of your local postmaster.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we're going to go back 76 years to Sunday, July 3rd, 1949. Alan Ladd at Box 13.
Box 13, with the star of Paramount Pictures, Alan Ladd, as Dan Holliday.
Box 13, care of Star Times. I have something that may intrigue your sense of adventure. I myself cannot follow it up because I am blind. However, if you will come to the Braille Room at the Public Library tomorrow at 11 in the morning, you may be able to find something of interest.
At 11 in the morning,
you may be able to find something of interest. I think someone is in desperate danger and needs help. I'd like to know what you think. William Michaels. Well, the letter did intrigue me. And as I found out later, Mr. Michaels did have something.
And now back to Box 13 and Dan Holliday's newest adventure, House of Darkness.
I wonder how this Mr. Michaels knew about Box 13, Mr. Holliday.
I wonder about that too, Susie. He says he's blind.
Gee, this is really one letter I'd follow up if I were you.
You would? Why?
Well, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't I if I were you?
Yeah. No, I mean, you know what I mean, don't you?
Not now. I had an inkling before, but that's all gone. Never mind, though. What time is it?
11:15.
Well, that gives me 15 minutes to get to the public library. And also get a ticket for speeding, if I want to get there on time. But maybe it'll be worth it. Well, I didn't get the ticket, and exactly 15 minutes later, I walked into the Braille room at the library. There were only two people in the room, a man and a woman. The woman was busily running her sensitive fingers over a book. But the man was facing the door with a tense, expectant expression on his face. I walked over to him and sat down. He turned his face toward me and then...
Box 13?
That's right. You're William Michaels?
Yes, that's right. I didn't know whether you'd come or not. As a matter of fact, I half wish you hadn't.
Your letter mentioned adventure. I never turned that down. What have you got, Mr. Michaels?
This.
This book?
Yes, it's in Braille, as you can see.
Yes, I know that, but what about it?
Let me read you a passage from page 80. Listen closely.
Go ahead.
And the terror of the night is hidden in the dark corners of my mind, and the shapes and phantoms that live in fancy are become real.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all on the page. All that was originally on the page. But listen to this. Help me. 1217 Granger Avenue.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that's on the page?
Yes. Someone who knows how to read and write Braille has used a pin or a needle to put this message on the bottom.
Let me see that page. Uh-huh. The characters are faint. But someone has done what you said.
What do you make of it?
I don't know. But before we go any further, how did you come to write to Box 13?
Well, I have a friend who reads the newspaper to me. He saw your ad in the Star Times. Adventure wanted, will go any place, do anything, write Box 13. And being a romantic sort of fellow, he read it to me.
Oh, I see.
We sat and conjectured a lot of things, what you might get into through that ad.
Oh, I managed to get into quite a lot of trouble, Mr. Michaels. But let's go back to this Braille message. Help me, 1217 Granger Avenue. When did you discover it?
Well, yesterday morning, quite by accident. I almost ran my fingers past it. I thought the characters were imperfections in the paper, you see. That was at first.
Mm-hmm. Run your fingers over it again, will you?
Yes. I did. Why?
They're still sharp enough for you to read the characters.
Yes, that's true.
Therefore, they haven't had time to be pressed down. Make them illegible, so to speak.
And what does that mean?
That they were made quite recently.
Yes. Yes, of course. Oh, that's clever.
No, it's just common sense.
Do you think I should have taken this to the police?
I don't know. It may be a joke, a prank.
Yes, I thought of that.
Let's find out, shall we?
Are you going to that address?
Oh, no, not yet. Not until I find out the name of the person who had this book out at the library.
How can you learn that?
You see, every library book has a checkout card in the pocket on the inside of the front cover.
Yes.
Now, the checkout card has the number of the borrower's card on it. And the borrower's card has the name and address of the person. Now, let's go to the main desk, return this book, and see what the checkout card says. And that we did. We waited until the book was returned to the Braille room. Then we looked at it again.
Well, does it tell you anything? The checkout card, I mean.
Let me see your library card.
Oh, yes. Here.
Mm-hmm. Your card number is 9E4839. Now, that's the last card number written on this checkout slip.
Then the one before mine must be the card number of the person who had the book out before me.
Maybe. There are 4 other borrowers' names ahead of yours. One of them has to belong to the person who put that message in the book.
Copy them down, and maybe we can find out whose card it is.
Come on.
Where to?
The main desk again.
Do you think it's some sort of joke?
If it is, it's in bad taste. But coming at the end of that dismal paragraph you read me...
Do you think that means anything?
Your guess is as good as mine. Here we are. Oh, I beg your pardon, miss.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I think you can. Here's a list of 4 card numbers. I'd like to know to whom the cards belong.
Oh, I don't think I can give you that information, sir.
Against regulations?
Well, yes.
Well, my name is Dan Holliday. I think you have several of my books here in the library.
Oh, of course. I've seen your picture on the jackets.
Oh, now don't hold that against me, please.
Oh, I won't. But you wanted some names?
Yes, you see, I'm doing a little research, and, well, it's for a story.
Well, I guess in your case it'll be all right. May I have the numbers?
Oh, yes, here you are.
I'll be back in a moment.
I didn't know you were a writer. In fact, I didn't even know your name.
That's right. Now you know. Dan Holliday.
Then this should be just your meat, Mr. Holliday.
It all depends. If one of the card numbers checks with the address of the message, then maybe we've got something.
I almost hope it does. And then again,
Here she comes. Hold it.
Here you are, Mr. Holliday. I hope you won't mention this because it is against regulations.
I've already forgotten it.
Are you writing a story about this?
I don't know yet. But thank you very much.
Not at all, Mr. Holliday.
Well, what are the names?
There are 4 of them, Mr. Michaels. And the last one on the list is Mrs. Martha Corbett, 1217 Granger Avenue. Half hour later, Michaels and I sat in my car a few houses down from 1217 Granger Avenue. Maybe the whole thing was a joke. Then again, maybe it wasn't. Michaels sat silently for a couple of minutes, and then...
Do you see anyone, Mr. Holliday?
No, not a soul.
What kind of place is it?
Big, dark. Not at all the type of house associated with sweetness and light.
Oh?
But then maybe I'm making mysteries out of nothing.
You're not going in?
With what? Could I ask to see Mrs. Martha Corbett?
Why not, if she needs help?
We don't know that, Michaels, and we...
Why did you stop talking? Isn't that a car?
Yes. Yes, it is. Stopped in front of the house.
Who is it?
I don't know. But it's a doctor's car, and he's getting out.
Doctor?
Uh-huh. Which means nothing at all. Doctor's illegal.
What's he doing?
He's gone into the house. Michaels, I've got an idea.
What is it?
I'm going to make a phone call and find out something.
A phone call? To whom?
To the Automobile Club and find out who belongs to that license number on the doctor's car. Then later, I'll visit the doctor. Well, I found out who the doctor was. I dropped Michaels at the library and told him I'd meet him there later. It took me 10 minutes to convince the doctor's receptionist that I had to see him. Then in his office...
My nurse tells me you insisted upon seeing me, Mr.
The name is Holliday, Dan Holliday.
Oh, very well, Mr. Holliday. What seems to be the trouble?
I have a headache.
Headache? Good heavens, man. My nurse seemed to think it was some fatal disease.
Well, it's a bad headache.
Who sent you to me, Mr. Holliday?
One of your patients, Dr. Folsey.
Oh, really? May I ask which one?
Oh, yes, of course.
I'll give you a couple of tablets to relieve you. But the cause of the headache is something we'll have to look into. Here you are.
Thank you.
A glass of water.
The patient who sent me was Mrs. Martha Corbett. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have knocked the glass out of your hand. Although I didn't touch it. Did I?
I'm sorry. That was clumsy of me.
No harm done.
So Mrs. Corbett sent you to me, huh?
Yes, she recommended you very highly.
Is that so? When did you last see her?
Well, not recently.
Just what are you trying to pull, Mr. Holliday?
Pull? I don't understand.
Evidently not. Because I don't think you even know Mrs. Corbett.
No? What makes you think that?
She hasn't seen anyone for 6 months. Not a soul.
Except you.
I'm her physician.
So you are. Dr. Folsey, what's wrong with Mrs. Corbett?
Until you tell me what you're trying to do, I refuse to answer your questions.
Suppose I told you she asked for help.
You're lying.
Maybe you are, too.
Mr. Holliday, I want to show you something. I have no idea what business this is of yours, but since you seem to think it is, I don't mind showing you these. Here, look at these papers.
These are commitment papers for Mrs. Martha Corbett.
Exactly. 7 years ago, she was confined to a sanatorium.
I see. And now...
And now, this.
Who's the phone call to?
The police, Mr. Holliday. Care to stay around for it?
Put it down, Doctor. You win.
Now, I'll give you just 1 minute to get out of my office. If you're not gone in that time, I'll complete that call.
All right, Doctor. I'm sorry to have bothered you. I won't do it again.
That's right. You won't.
And you left his office, Mr. Holliday?
What else could I do? I poked in there on a flimsy excuse. He threatened to call the police.
Mr. Holliday, please believe me, I'm blind myself, and
What do you mean, Michaels?
I know what she thinks, how she thinks.
I don't know what you're driving at.
A person who is blind develops almost a psychic sense. Call it an extra sense if you want, but he does have it. I'm sure that Mrs. Corbett needs help.
Now, look, all we have is that message in the library book. I told you Dr. Folsey showed me your commitment papers.
But he didn't put through the call to the police.
Oh, I see what you mean. A bluff.
Yes, it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been. I wonder if a person with nothing to conceal, with nothing to be afraid of, would have gone through with that call.
Well, put yourself in his place. Would you?
I think I would have. Maybe you're right, Michaels.
Then what are you going to do?
Well, I've gone this far. I may as well go all the way.
Yes? Where?
All the way into that house on Granger Avenue.
And now back to House of Darkness, another Box 13 adventure with Alan Ladd as Dan Holliday.
Well, maybe it was a wild goose chase with no chance of bagging any game at the end. But it was worth a try. If Dr. Folsey was bluffing, then he put on a good act. If he wasn't, I had to play it straight anyway. So later that same afternoon, I walked up the stairs to the front door of 1217 Granger Avenue. I rang the bell and waited.
Yes?
Oh, how do you do? My name is Holliday.
Yes, what do you want?
I'm the inspector from the power company. I have to look over the wiring and fixtures in your house.
No?
If it's convenient, yes.
Well, it really isn't at the moment.
It'll only take a few minutes. I know it's a nuisance, but it has to be done.
How long will you be?
How many rooms have you got?
Only 6 that we use.
Oh. Then it'll be about a half hour.
Well, all right, come in.
If you have something to do, I can make the rounds myself.
I'll go with you. I'll show you the rooms we use.
All right. Please lead the way.
The library is here.
1 ceiling fixture, 2 wall fixtures. Any lamp outlets on the baseboards?
2, right here.
Uh-huh. Well, they look okay. Ceiling fixture seems all right. Ever have any trouble with shorts, blown fuses?
No, none at all. Everything in the house is in perfect working order.
Oh, that's good. Makes my job easier. All right, Mr.
The name is Whitley, and didn't you know that?
I cover about a dozen houses a day. Names don't mean a thing to me. Only fixtures.
Oh. Well, come this way. The dining room is just off the library. Next to that is the kitchen. Then one of the bedrooms, and the baths are off to the right of the bedroom. There are several small pantries.
We went through one room after another.
They have no lights in them.
Then we went upstairs, and Whitley led the way along a hallway that started at the head of the stairs and ran to a window at the far end. There were only 2 rooms off the hallway. We stopped at the first one.
Here. This room is merely a storage room. Would you care to see it?
Oh, yes, I would. That is, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Oh, just an empty room.
Just an empty room. As you can see, the ceiling fixture has only 1 bulb in it.
Well, seems to work all right.
And that's all.
What about that room down there?
We never use it.
What's in it?
Nothing at all, beyond a few odds and ends of old furniture.
Mind if I look at it?
It's locked.
Don't you have a key for it?
No, the key was lost. I'm having another one made. Perhaps if you come again sometime...
It's an inside room, isn't it? No windows, I mean.
Does that make any difference? I assure you the room is never used. The lighting fixtures were sealed up some years ago.
Oh, I see.
No, if that's all, and if you don't mind, I have some other things to do, and...
What's that?
This is an old house. The water pipes are defective. This way, Mr. Holliday.
Oh, certainly. Oh, have you a phone?
Why, yes, downstairs.
I'd like to use it if you don't mind.
All right, if you'll follow me.
He led the way back downstairs. I knew I had to stay in that house if I was to find out what or who was in that locked room. I had an idea, and I hoped it worked. But if it didn't, well, I'd never get another chance to get back into the house. Then downstairs.
There's the phone. Help yourself.
Oh, thank you. I hope I haven't inconvenienced you, Mr. Whitley. But these things have to be done, you know.
Of course.
Hello?
Hello, Michaels. This is Holliday.
Holiday, where are you? What's happened?
I've just made my inspection of 1217 Granger Avenue. Everything looks okay. I called to find out if there's anything else to do in this neighborhood.
What?
Uh-huh. Oh? Oh, hang on. I'll find out. Mr. Whitley?
Yes?
I wonder if you would mind looking out of the front window and see if any linemen are working the street.
All right. I'll be back in a moment.
Michaels, listen closely. Wait 10 minutes after I hang up, then call this number. Gramercy 8342. A man named Whitley will answer. Say you're Dr. Folsey, and you've got to see him immediately. Give him a phony address. Say you're calling from a phone booth. That's so Whitley doesn't have to check the call back. Sound excited, nervous. Then hang up with no explanations. Have you got it?
Yes, I've got it.
Good. Sure, Michaels, I'll go right over there right now. Oh, just a second.
There are no linemen working outside at all.
Oh, well, thank you. They haven't got here yet, Michaels. Yeah. See you later. So long.
Now, if you're quite finished.
Yes, I'm quite finished. Thank you. Whitley saw me to the door. I went to my car and pretended to drive away. But I parked around the corner, then walked back toward the house. I hid in a doorway until I saw Whitley leave the house. He was in a hurry, so I knew Michael's fake call had reached him. It was evening and almost dark. I circled the house and tried all the windows until I found one leading into the basement that I could force. Brother, I was breaking the law, but I had to. I went upstairs to the room Whitley hadn't let me see. I knocked.
What do you want? Please go away. Leave me alone.
Mrs. Corbett. Mrs. Corbett, I've come to help you. I found your message in the library book.
You? Oh, thank heavens. Come on in.
I thought the door was locked.
No. Where are you? Come closer.
I'm right here.
Oh, who are you?
Never mind that now. What's going on here?
Please get me out of here. You must.
The door wasn't locked. You could have gotten out.
I'm blind and I'm afraid. I tried to get out before, but someone's always there.
Well, there's no one in the house now. Whitley's gone.
Gone? For good?
No, he'll come back. Who is he? Why are you kept in here?
He's my nephew. They want me to sign the will he's drawn up, and then they'll kill me.
No, they won't.
Day after day, I put messages in books they brought me from the library. First, I wrote them, but they found them. Then I put the message in Braille.
I know all that. You said something about a will.
Yes. If I sign it, they'll kill me, and I can't stand it much longer. I'll have to sign it, and then they'll kill me. As soon as I sign it, they'll kill me.
Mrs. Corbett, I saw Dr. Folsey. I saw commitment papers he had.
It's not true. He forged them for my nephew. Don't you see? If I ever got out, they'd have those papers to prove that I...
Yes, I see. How long have you been here?
A year. Please, you've got to get me out.
Look, Mrs. Corbett, I broke the law by getting in here. If it happens you're not telling the truth, I'm in a bad spot. They could prosecute me.
You've got to believe me. Please.
Maybe I do. All right, I'll take the chance.
Listen, someone came in downstairs. They're coming back.
Something must have gone wrong.
You can't get out of here. There aren't any windows.
Listen, now you've got to help me. I'll get in that closet. Don't give any sign that you know I'm here.
Hurry. They mustn't find you.
That's up to you. I got into the closet and waited. Then I heard...
Well, Aunt Martha, I was a little worried about you.
Whitley, we've got to get her out of here.
Don't worry, Folsey, we will.
You had to fall for that fake inspector guy.
Shut up. Aunt Martha, we'll give you one more chance. Sign the will now and nothing will happen to you. If you don't, we'll...
No, I won't sign it now.
What does she mean, now?
I don't know. Aunt Martha, what did you mean?
Nothing.
She did, Whitley.
Yeah, and that fake call from you. Aunt Martha, is someone here?
No, there's no one. Please let me alone.
Folsey, go to the closet. Open the door. Me? Don't worry. If someone's in there, we can take care of him. Go on.
Whitley, it's him, the man who came to see me.
Well, the inspector himself. Come on out.
All right. And what do you think you'll do with that gun?
What do you think? Folsey.
What?
Call your office. Arrange for an ambulance to come here.
What are you going to do?
What we have to do.
Look, no killings, please.
Shut up.
May I ask how you found out about the fake call from our Dr. Folsey?
I called his office when he wasn't where he was supposed to be. Well, Folsey, go on.
Please, Whitley, no killing.
You're in this up to your neck. You'll do as I say.
Oh, sure. Do what he says, Dr. Folsey. Throw away a lifetime of helping others. Isn't that what a doctor does?
You shut up.
All right, I will.
Whitley, there's some other way.
I don't think so.
No, there's no other way, Dr. Folsey. Just do what he says. Forget that you once took an oath that all doctors take. It's easy to forget, isn't it?
You'll stop talking now, Holiday, or I'll see that you do.
One way or the other, I'll get it. So why shouldn't I talk now? Go ahead, Doctor. Call the ambulance. Take Mrs. Corbett and me out of here. Go ahead.
Folsey, go on.
We left the house. Whitley had a gun in my bag. Mrs. Corbett had been drugged and was put on a stretcher. The ambulance waited in front. I looked around. The street was almost deserted except for one man walking slowly toward the house. Then I heard it. The tapping of a cane. The lone man coming closer. It was Michaels. He stopped.
Holiday, get in the ambulance. Go on.
Whitley, for the last time, don't try this.
Whitley, we've got to hurry.
Go on, Holiday. What are you staring at? That man?
No.
He's blind, isn't he? Holiday, that man, you know him?
No, I don't.
I think you do, and you make one sound, one move to let him know what's going on, he goes with us, too.
I said I don't know him.
I don't believe you. And remember what I said, one move and he goes along. If you want that to happen, do as you please. Well, that's better. Remember what I said. Let him get past.
I'm sorry. I stumbled.
It's all right. Hurt?
No. I caught myself against the side of this car.
All right.
It frightened me. I seem to have dropped my cane.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, that's being a good boy, Holiday.
You would have killed him too, wouldn't you?
Yes. You saved his life, Holiday. Now get in. And we'll all take a little ride.
Well, it looked hopeless. This was going to be a great ride. Our only hope was Michael's, but how could he help? He was blind. Whitley must have read my mind because he laughed.
You were very smart, Holiday, but you seem to have outsmarted yourself.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? But do you really think you're going to get away with this?
Why not? Your only hope is a blind man.
Whitley?
What's that? Folsey, what's that?
Police cars.
All right, don't get excited. They can't be after us.
Whitley, they are after us.
Don't lose your head.
Looks like something slipped up, doesn't it, Whitley?
You're whistling in the dark.
Look, they're signaling us to stop.
What? Go on. Get going. Outrun them.
It's no use. We can't do it. There's a traffic signal ahead.
Oh, have them go through it.
No, they'll shoot.
Holiday, this is your fault. I'll get you. I'll kill you.
Oh, no, you don't.
Kill you.
Looks like this is your last ride, Whitley. Folsey, tell the driver to stop this ambulance.
Yes, Mr. Holiday.
I don't know how Michaels did it, Whitley. But I'm very glad he did.
Jeepers. How'd you ever do it, Mr. Michaels?
With these.
Just his hands and his fingers, Susie.
I don't get it.
Sure, Michaels.
Oh, all right. Now, look, Susie. Here's a coin with a date on it.
Yeah?
The date is 1935.
You felt those numbers with your fingers?
That's right, Susie. And it was simple for him to run his fingers over the license plates of the ambulance.
When I stumbled, I dropped my cane. I ran my hands over the car. I knew it wasn't a regular automobile. Then I felt the license plate.
Gee, and then you went to police.
That's right.
And that, Susie, is what you call using your head and fingers. Good night.
Listen in again next week when, through the courtesy of Paramount Pictures, Alan Ladd stars as Dan Holliday in Box 13. Box 13 is directed by Richard Sandville, and this week's original story was written by Sam Walters. Original music is composed and conducted by Rudy Schrager, and the part of Susie is played by Sylvia Picker. Vern Karstensen is in charge of production. Box 13 is a Mayfair production from Hollywood. Watch for Alan Ladd in his latest Paramount picture.
76 years ago, July 3rd, 1949, Box 13 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Take a look at the news from that date 76 years ago in a moment.
Keep your guard up. That's the key slogan of the 1950 National Guard recruiting drive, and it's a slogan as timely as today's headlines. More than ever before, America stands prepared, and the National Guard must recruit approximately 220,000 men as soon as possible. By joining the National Guard, young men will have the advantage of choosing their own unit and preparing themselves for promotion by being in a job for which they are best qualified. Investigate the National Guard now. Help America to keep up its guard.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, some of the news headlines from Sunday, July 3rd, 1949. Bulgarian Communist Premier Georgy Dimitrov, 67, the international communist leader, died yesterday at a sanatorium near Moscow. High funeral honors usually reserved for top Soviet leaders accorded. Dimitrov last night, Prime Minister Stalin stood with the honor guard at the bier. Now, Senators George, Democrat of Georgia, and Taft, Republican of Ohio, agreed yesterday with the government's $1.8 billion deficit, making it essential that Congress crack down on federal spending. George, the chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, told reporters the excess of government outgo over income in the year ending last Thursday puts Congress squarely up against some unpleasant monetary facts. A long weekend of religious holidays started in Czechoslovakia, and Slovak peasants, armed with pitchforks and clubs, rallied around their Catholic priests to guard them from communist policemen. Marine Major General W.A. Wharton, new Los Angeles police chief. He succeeds C.B. Horal, who retired during a grand jury investigation of the police spy squad, has a new racket to worry about: casinos featuring baseball gambling by television. Croupiers stand beneath green tables and sing out frequent changing odds on every play of the game being televised. James T. Mangan, the Chicagoan who filed a claim to all outer space last January, popped up yesterday to warn all nations against trying to reach the moon. He said no passports will be issued through space until my nation's Celestia is recognized. The warning, he said, includes the Army, Navy, and Russia. Mrs. Hart, the widow who once asked the nation how to spend the last year of her life, back in Oklahoma City, full of hope and still under a doctor's care at a sanatorium for what was considered to be a fatal heart condition. Mrs. Hart returned home for a day or so to take care of business matters. She said her condition has improved. And a couple of other quick stories here. Chinese nationalists bomb-raided the city again, drawing heavy anti-aircraft machine gun fire from communist emplacements in the downtown area. In Brussels, the Liberal Party president said his party will not go along with plans to end the regency and call King Leopold back to Belgium's throne. John J. McCloy said in Berlin he hopes to see Berlin and Germany unite during his term as American High Commissioner. And finally today in the news, it was a joke. It was not a joke, I should say, to the town of Lincoln, Massachusetts, with John J. Kelleher decided to retire. His retirement leaves vacant the offices of police chief, constable, water commissioner, water department, superintendent, tree warden, moth superintendent, slaughterer inspector, dog officer, and sealer of weights and measures. Ooh. Those some of the day's top news stories from the newspapers of Sunday, July 3rd, 1949. And on your radio, next up, The Green Lama on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chief hope of our enemies is to divide the United States along racial and religious lines and thereby conquer us. Let's not spread prejudice. A divided America is a weak America. Through our behavior, we encourage the respect of our children and make them better neighbors to all races and religions. Remind them that being good neighbors has helped make our country great and kept her free. Thank you.
Now we continue our look at Sunday, July 3rd, 1949, 76 years ago today, with an episode of the short-run program The Green Lama, starring Paul Frees, The Last Dinosaur.
Om Mani Padme Hum. The Green Lama strikes for justice.
Time now for another exciting adventure from the files of Jethro Dumont. Jethro Dumont, the wealthy young American who, after 10 years in Tibet, returned as the Green Lama to amaze the world with his curious and secret powers in his single-handed fight against injustice and crime.
My friend, the Green Lama, and I returned together from my country, Tibet. It was my duty and pleasure to serve Jethro Dumont, the Green Lama, and it became his choice to fight injustice and crime. Jethro Dumont was made a Lama because of his great wisdom and powers of concentration, and the Green Lama because green is one of the 6 sacred colors of Tibet and is the symbol of justice. The story of the Last Dinosaur began in the city of Hollywood, California. The Green Lama and I had traveled there together for a vacation, and also because we had been summoned by an old friend, the motion picture producer Herman K. Herman. Even now, we waited in our hotel room for the meeting that had been arranged.
Tulku, what time is it?
5 o'clock, Great One.
Oh, I have to be at my friend's house in Beverly Hills at 6 o'clock. Am I tie straight? Yes. Tulku, you know, I think I'm going to enjoy having a slight vacation. It's been a long time since I've been able to see any of my old friends.
Yes, it is truly written that the man who does nothing but work never hears the song of a bird.
I imagine if there were any birds singing in Hollywood, the sound would be drowned out by the cries of actors who fail to get the parts they wanted. Eh?
Oh, yes.
You know, Tulku, the very wise American philosopher once said that California's a wonderful place to live if you're an orange.
This Mr. Herman is having a big party in your honor?
No, not quite in my honor, Tulku.
Oh.
I understand he just finished a new picture and is giving a cocktail party in honor of that.
Oh, he is sending a car for you?
No, I don't imagine so. In fact, you better call a taxi. Come in.
I'm looking for Mr. Jethro Dumont.
I'm Jethro Dumont.
Yeah? I'm Filbert Jones.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
I'm here to drive you to the party. Mr. Herman's, that is.
Well, then they did send a car, my Lama.
So it would seem. Yes, I'm ready to go any time, Mr. Jones.
Okay, let's get started. When I'm driving anybody as important as the Green Lama, I like to start early. That way I don't have to drive fast and maybe there won't be any accidents.
Driver, how much farther to Mr. Herman's home?
Here we are now, Mr. Dumont.
Well, Herman K. seems to have done very well for himself. From the looks of things, I guess the party's being held by the swimming pool.
Yeah. Everybody out here likes to live near either a swimming pool or the ocean, but they don't like to drink water.
Oh?
Well, see you later, Mr. Dumont.
Yes, I think you will. Oh, pardon me, miss. I'm looking for Mr. Herman
Jethro, am I glad you could come? How are you,
Herman
Jethro?
K. How are you? Well, it's sure good seeing you again. It's been a long time,
Well,
hasn't
not since Harvard 1935, but I've been keeping tabs on you through the newspapers. Say, boy, this Green Lama stuff is a great gimmick.
Oh, it's not quite a gimmick, Herman.
Oh, of course, Jethro. I just meant it would make a great picture. Well, we could do a whole series. I can just see the marquees now. The Green Lama. The Green Lama returns. The Green Lama, returns again.
And again. Well, I hate to disappoint you, Herman, but I'm afraid there won't be any movies about the Green Lama. Hey, this is quite a soiree.
Yes, come on. Everybody's dying to meet you. You know, Jethro, you ought to get a big kick out of this. Big stars like Gloria Spear, who was just voted the secret love of America, acting like a Bobby Soxer when she finds out that she's going to meet the Green Lama.
Well, Chief, the party seems to be a great success. Ah, late arrival.
Oh, hello, Mary. This is my old friend, Jethro Dumont. You know, the Green Lama. Jethro, this is my secretary, Mary Carter.
How do you do?
Mary, show Mr. Jethro the new bag I just gave you.
Oh, sure.
Clever, huh?
Yeah, it's very attractive. Alligator, isn't it?
Alligator. That, my boy, is genuine imitation dinosaur. You should know that. You studied prehistoric animals. The clasp, my research department assures me, is a dinosaur toenail, or whatever you call it.
Very interesting.
Of course, you understand there's no connection between the dinosaur bag and the fact that we're making a picture called The Last Dinosaur. Uh-oh, here comes Miss Poison Ivy of 1949.
Mary. Jethro, I would like to present America's outstanding screen star, Miss Gloria Spear. Gloria, my dear, this is Jethro Dumont, the Green Lama.
Hello. The Green Lama. How wonderful.
Yes, I'm sorry to say, Miss Spear, I've never seen any of your pictures, but I'm afraid I'm not much of a moviegoer.
Oh, I'm sure, Mr. Dumont, that you're much too busy to know about poor little me.
Gloria showed Jethro the new shoes I just gave you. Genuine imitation dinosaur. You get it, Jethro?
Yes, I see. I suppose the idea is that tomorrow Hollywood columnists will be telling thousands of readers about the dinosaur shoes and handbags, eh?
That's it. You're right on the ball as always. You know, every little bit of publicity helps.
Isn't it all just too silly, Mr. Dumont? Why can't you and I slip away to Herman's study? I just love to learn all about Tibet. And if anybody could stand a little improvement of the mind, Gloria's the gal. Isn't Mary sweet, Mr. Dumont? And she's always so helpful when it comes to the unimportant things we stars have to do. Shall we go, Jethro?
Well, perhaps we can get better acquainted after I've met the other guests, eh? Why don't you come along with us?
Oh, Herman, old boy, I've just cooked up a sensational idea. You want to hear it? The bartender and I just invented a vodka sour, which we're going to call the Dinosaur. You get it?
That's great.
Oh, yeah, one of the restaurants on the Strip is going to start serving it tomorrow, and I just called the columnists, and they're all going to use it.
Oh, great work, Si. Oh, by the way, I want you to meet my friend, Jethro Dumont.
Oh.
Jethro, this is my publicity director, Si Martin.
How do you do?
Oh, how do you do?
Come on, Jethro. There are lots of others here who have to leave early, and I want you to meet them before they have to go. There's Jack and Mary Benny, the Edgar Bergens, the Ozzie Nelsons. Oh, just everybody's here. Then we'll go in and listen to Fisher's broadcast. He's mentioning the new picture, you know. Come on, Jeff. You've just got to meet all these people.
All right, everybody. All right. Time to hear Fisher.
Herman.
Yes?
I suppose it's unseemly for a llama to be so ignorant, but who is Fisher?
Who is Fisher? Why, George Fisher. George Fisher. Well, he's got a terrific following. When he plugs a picture, it's worth $1 million at the box office. Oh, Mary, go out and be sure everybody gets in here, huh? Si, turn on the radio, huh?
Yeah, got you, Chief.
You see, Mr. Dumont, when you get to be a big producer, you can even have someone turn your radio on for you.
Now, never mind, Mary. Go round everybody up, huh?
If I remember correctly, Herman, when you and I were at Harvard, I used to turn your radio on for you.
Come on, everybody. Hurry.
Fisher.
Come on. Oh, now, quiet, everybody. Quiet.
And a happy hello from Hollywood. This is George Fisher with a flash from the love front. Herman K. Herman, top producer of Triumph Pictures, will marry Triumph's glamour star, Gloria Spear, on Saturday at Las Vegas. This, by the way, will be a double celebration for producer Herman, who on Friday will wrap up his latest film epic, The Last Dinosaur. I've seen the film already shot of the picture, and I predict that The Last Dinosaur will gross more money at the box office than any 3 pictures produced in the last year. It's a great picture, ladies and gentlemen, and in advance of its release, I'm giving it my highest rating, A+. Now I'd like to call Mr. Herman's attention to something on the other side of the ledger. Are you listening, Mr. Herman? Tonight, this radio station has had 2 phone calls reporting that a live dinosaur had been seen within the city limits of Los Angeles. One lady reported that she saw a live dinosaur coming out of the La Brea tar pits. This is obviously irresponsible publicity, and it's the sort of thing that should be stopped immediately.
What?
Mr. Herman, Hollywood and the motion picture industry is finally being run by grown-up adults. Make your press agent act like one.
Si, turn that radio off. Turn it off, do you hear?
Si, what was the idea of planting those phony phone calls? You should have known that somebody would get wise.
But I thought, I think that...
I don't pay you to think. I pay you to get me publicity, but only publicity that's dignified, like my idea of the handbag and the shoes. Oh, it came from the direction of the pool. Come on. What? It's Gloria. There she is in the pool. Gloria, what's happened?
Good Lord. She's drowned.
Gloria, baby. Jethro! Jethro, come here.
Oh, look, she's just floating there. Oh, terrible. Mr. Dumont, is she...
Yes, Mary, she's already dead. Here, some of you, help me get her out of the pool. That's it. All right, now put her down here. Yes, she's dead.
I always told her to stay away from the pool. She couldn't swim.
But she didn't drown, Herman.
What?
Her head's been crushed in by a very heavy blow. All right, stand back, please. Now, nothing must be touched until the police get here.
Oh! Look! They're leading away from the pool. Look at those tracks.
Well, who cares about tracks? It's Gloria that counts.
Herman, the tracks are important, too. Those are the tracks of a baby dinosaur.
The police arrived soon after the discovery of the murder of Gloria Spear at the Hollywood party of Herman K. Herman. But they learned nothing that hadn't been noticed by the Green Lama at the time. As soon as everyone was free to leave, Jethro Dumont returned to our hotel. He had been meditating for more than an hour, ending with the tea sarana.
Kalam Adaya Gakanti Pakshino Payami Yavaka Vivadishante Patishante Nasamsaya. O Makuraga, may I be granted the power to find the one true path.
Exalted one.
What?
Hour is late, and it is written that those who travel in the night are best hidden from the dangers which beset the traveler.
Yes, Tulku, you're right. If we're to learn anything about the murder of that girl, we must begin to look.
No one was out of the room when she was killed, my lamb?
No, no one, except the murderer. Almost anyone could have slipped from the room, Tulku. Everyone was listening to the broadcast, and I doubt if a person leaving would have been noticed.
Or a person returning.
True, but I doubt if the murderer returned. Nor was it necessary. Miss Spear screamed at the time she was struck, and we all rushed out. The murderer could have merely lingered near the spot and then have joined us as we stood over the body.
Yes, and the tracks of the dinosaur, and the girl was killed by a blow of something heavy. Perhaps the foot of large animal.
That's true, Tulku. It's also true that there were the tracks leaving the body, tracks which I myself can swear were authentic. But it is written that a dozen snowflakes do not make a blizzard.
Yes, but there is also the legend in my country of the great Lama who froze to death, still counting the blizzard by the dozen flakes and believing he was safe. What did the police say?
A Lieutenant Fernald was in charge. He didn't say much, but I believe that he, too, is under the impression that the murder is part of a publicity stunt, which somehow went wrong.
Would even the makers of flickering shadows on a screen go so far in selling their wares?
No, I don't think so, Tulku. I certainly don't think that Herman would. I knew him pretty well in college.
Perhaps there are tidings.
Perhaps. Come in.
Oh, Mr. Dumont, thank heavens I found you in.
What's wrong, Miss Carter?
Mr. Herman, I think you'd better come at once.
Wait a minute, Miss Carter. What's happened to Herman?
Well, right after you left tonight, he began to get in a rage over this business of the dinosaur.
Oh?
He said that someone was trying to ruin him and talked about the murder of Miss Spear as a personal blow at him. He was going to marry her, you know.
Yes, I know.
The loss of a loved one is not to be taken lightly.
Love. But he didn't love her. It was a business arrangement for both of them. I've never seen Mr. Herman act this way.
Where's he now?
At the studio. He insisted on going over there as soon as the police left. That's when he began to rave about ruining himself. I'm afraid, Mr. Dumont.
What are you afraid of, Miss Carter?
I'm not sure. I've never seen anyone so depressed, so desperate. And then a few minutes ago, he had Cy Martin come to the studio. He was going to fire him, and they started fighting violently. Both of them had terrible tempers, and that's when I got frightened and came for you.
I see. If anything were going to happen, it may be too late, but come on, we'll see.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Dumont. Mr. Herman has always had so much respect for you. I know he'll listen to you.
Yes, come with us, Tulku.
Yes, my Lama.
Filbert, what are you doing here?
Mr. Dumont, just because you find me bending over in front of your door, it don't mean that I'm stooping to listen at your door.
No? Well, what were you doing?
I was only tying my shoelace before knocking at your door to see if you wanted me to drive you anywhere else tonight.
Oh. Well, as a matter of fact, I do, Filbert. Take us to Triumph Picture Studios and drive fast. Someone's life may depend on it.
My Lama, do you think this driver person is to be trusted? He was listening at our door.
I don't know, Tulku. But if he isn't, it's better that he's with us. It is said that the watched kettle does not boil over.
What'd you say, Mr. Dumont?
My Tibetan friend and I were merely exchanging Tibetan proverbs.
Yeah? I like proverbs. Like the one that says Rolling Stones had a lot of pedestrians. Which gate do you want, Mr. Dumont?
The Beverly Gates, driver. That's the private entrance for Mr. Herman.
Yeah. Those are the gates I thought you'd want.
I hope we're not too late. They were fighting violently. I heard Mr. Herman accusing Cy of starting the dinosaur stories to ruin him and of being implicated in the murder. He wanted to know who was paying Cy, and that made Cy mad, and they started shouting at each other.
Well, Herman was always shouting at people. I really doubt if there's any reason for you to be frightened.
I know how he shouts, but somehow this was different tonight.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Tell me, Mary, have you worked for Herman long?
Almost 5 years.
Oh? Well, I should think you'd be an actress yourself.
Would you believe it, Mr. Dumont? Before working for Mr. Herman, I was a mechanic in an airplane factory.
Really? Well, many women are fine mechanics. How did you happen to leave that and come to work for Herman?
Well, after the war, they started cutting down. I had done some acting, and I thought if I had a job like this, maybe I could get to acting in pictures again. But I lost my ambition about that after I worked for Mr. Herman for a while.
Well, here we are, Mr. Dumont. And it looks like it's locked up. You got a key for them gates, miss?
No. I left the gate unlocked when I came out. If you'll go ahead and low gear, your bumpers will just nudge them open.
Okay.
Get down! Mary, are you all right?
I guess so.
Tulku.
If Tulku had been 6 inches taller, might have had fatal part in hair.
Filbert?
Yeah?
Stop the car.
Yeah, I guess it's safe now.
Yes. That was fast thinking, Filbert. Perhaps too fast. If I could have jumped out of the car, I might have gotten whoever was shooting at us.
Mr. Dumont, when somebody starts shooting at me, I don't do any heavy thinking till I get away.
But why should anyone try to kill us?
Why did you think of Cy Martin in connection with the shooting, Mary?
I don't know. I guess maybe because I knew he was here. But why would anyone want
Well, we certainly haven't done anything to merit that attention. But perhaps they're afraid we will do something.
The Green Lama strikes terror into the hearts of all evildoers, so is often target for bad wishes.
Yes, well, you might as well drive on, Filbert. There'll be no point in going back to look now.
Wait. There's the producer's building right there. We can just walk over.
Good. Filbert, you may as well stay here.
Well, what's the matter, Mr. Dumont?
I want to take a look at the car.
Hey, look at them bullet holes in the top of my car.
4 of them, each one on the same level and almost an equal distance apart.
Yes, it's fortunate they weren't aimed lower. Such a steady hand could not have missed if they had been. But now we better see what's happened to Herman K. Herman.
Here, this is Mr. Herman's suite of offices. Oh, someone's turned off the lights in the reception room. I'll get them. I hope we're not too late.
Listen.
Oh, thank heaven he's all right. Listen, they're still fighting.
Maybe that'll teach you not to try to ruin Herman K. Herman.
Quickly, Tulku. Tulku.
Yes, my Lama.
Stand back. The door is locked. We must get in there quickly.
Oh, on the floor, Exalted One.
Yes, I see him. Cover the window, Tulku.
Is Mr. Herman?
Yes, he's dead. I'm sorry, Mary.
Oh, if we'd only gotten here a minute sooner.
Nothing to be seen from the window, Great One, but the outside is not well lighted.
Never mind. Just a minute. What's that pleasant odor in the room?
We always sprayed sweet air in here. Mr. Herman couldn't stand to have the room filled with smoke during conferences.
I see. Poor Herman.
Twice so great one?
We heard 2 shots, Tulku, but neither one killed him.
What?
He was killed by a very heavy blow on the head.
The dinosaur.
I doubt very much if Herman K. Herman was arguing with a dinosaur. No, I think this was deliberate murder, and we better call the police. And that's the story, Lieutenant. Everything here in Herman's office is exactly as we found it.
Thanks for seeing to it, Mr. Lama. Mr. Dumont. That's all, huh?
Yes, except for one later thing. While we were waiting for you, I sent Miss Carter, Mary, out to ask Filbert Jones, our driver, to come in. His car was there, but he vanished.
Think he's mixed up in this?
He could be. I think Miss Carter can answer one thing about him which has me curious, though. Miss Carter, did Filbert work for Herman?
The driver? Of course not.
Well, what's that got to do with it, Mr. Dumont?
Earlier tonight, Filbert showed up to drive me to Herman's party. Tulku and I assumed he was in the employ of Herman. But when Miss Carter didn't seem to know him, I began to suspect otherwise.
Well, I'll send out an alarm for him. No dinosaur tracks this time.
No. Although Miss Carter seemed to think there was some connection with the dinosaur when we broke in here.
It's just this dinosaur picture. It's jinxed. I know it is.
Exalted One. Someone approaches this office.
Oh, yes, Tulku. I heard him some time ago when he first entered the building.
Well, this looks like a cozy little clam bake.
Cy. Mr. Dumont, here's Cy Martin now.
To what does Triumph Pictures owe such a late-hour visit from the law?
He's the one Mr. Herman had the fight with when he was going to fire him, Lieutenant. We could hear Mr. Herman when it happened.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Martin?
I work here. I still consider myself an employee, even if I was fired. I've been fired from here 10 times, and the next day it's always forgotten. Hey, what's with Herman?
Don't you know?
Well, now, how could I? Don't tell me that dinosaur I'm supposed to have invented came along and stepped on him.
It's not a joking matter, Mr. Martin. Herman K. Herman has just been murdered.
Murdered?
Don't act so innocent. They heard you in here. Right, Mr. Dumont?
Hey, what are you trying to do, frame me? I left Herman an hour ago. I was coming back here to see if he'd cooled off.
Maybe. Martin, you know your way around this lot?
Like the inside of my own hat.
Okay, come on. We'll look around. Maybe the killer's still on the grounds. If he didn't double back here to the office.
I don't like that crack.
Martin, you're on a bad spot. You'd better cooperate.
I'll go with you, Lieutenant.
Okay, but you other two stay here and please try to stay alive.
And, what's this set, Martin?
Well, this is where they've been shooting The Last Dinosaur. They built the set here because it was cheaper than going out on location.
I see. Tell me something else. I've been curious as to the story of The Last Dinosaur. What is it?
Well, it's a sort of a fantasy about a dinosaur coming out of the La Brea tar pits here in modern times. You know, the tar pits are filled with the bones of prehistoric animals, and the idea was that one of them had remained alive down there.
Look, we're not looking for a dinosaur. We're looking for a murderer.
Just one more thing, Lieutenant. Martin, for the dinosaur, did they use a small-scale...
Wait a minute. What's that? Hey, wait a minute. Am I seeing things?
No, Lieutenant, that's our missing dinosaur. I wondered when we were going to see it.
Hey, it's coming right at us. Stay where you are.
Lieutenant, I doubt very much if any dinosaur ever understood English.
Well, maybe it'll understand this. Holy smoke. Those bullets didn't even make an impression.
In that case, Lieutenant, we better try something better than bullets. Om Mani Padme Hum. The Green Lama strikes for justice.
Holy, I've never seen anything like that. A guy without a gun tackles a beast as big as a house and knocks it right on its kisser.
Yeah, I knew I had a sensational idea about ending the picture with a fight between the Green Lama and the dinosaur.
Are you all right, Mr. Dumont?
Yes, I am. Well, our dinosaur is quite a piece of machinery. Very ingenious.
Yeah, machinery.
Yes, this is the dinosaur they were using in the picture. It runs electrically.
But that roaring...
Just a recording. All I had to do was throw myself against one of the legs so it would go off balance and fall.
All, he says. All that had to happen was for that thing to fall on him. It weighs about 3 tons.
Yes, now there must be a door here somewhere.
Oh, yes, it's in the stomach of the dinosaur. That much I know. But, you know, I never thought of somebody using this thing. I thought the whole business was hallucination.
Yes, here's the door.
Hey, it's a dame.
Yes, slightly unconscious from the fall, but she looks as if she'll recover. Lieutenant, here is Mary Carter, the murderer of Gloria Spear and Herman K. Herman. And here is...
You mean there's somebody else in there?
Yes. Yes, it's the missing driver, Filbert Jones. Bound and gagged, but apparently conscious. Just a minute, I'll loosen the bonds.
There.
There.
Oh, that dame, she's nuts. She was going to end her and me both in one big smashing appearance in this mechanical overgrown lizard. Oh, that dame, she's been seeing too many movies.
Yes, could be, Filbert. In the meantime, we have our murderer.
Well, you were right, Mr. Dumont. She confessed. But how did you know it was the dame before you pulled her out of that dinosaur?
Well, I thought of her when Gloria Spear was killed. It was Mary Carter who made sure we saw the dinosaur footprints by the swimming pool before they evaporated by screaming and pointing them.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the only person who could have easily made the prints.
How?
As a publicity stunt, Herman had given her a bag made of genuine imitation dinosaur hide. It was a large bag with an imitation dinosaur foot on the side, one toe being the clasp.
Yeah, I saw that bag, but I never thought of that. But did you know her motive? I'll bet not.
Oh, I did, Lieutenant. She was in love with Herman, as she revealed in her attitude toward Gloria Spear in the marriage. Also, I think she would have hoped that Herman would make her an actress, but he wouldn't.
Yeah, that's right. She only meant to kill Gloria Spear, but Herman guessed she did it, and she had to kill him even though she loved him. I suppose you know how she worked that, Mr. Green Lama?
It was very easy for her, Lieutenant, since she used to be a mechanic. She made a wire recording while Herman was arguing with Cy Martin, then dubbed in the gunshots.
I see.
She killed Herman, put the wire on the machine in his office, and connected it with the light switch. When she turned on the light, it started the recording.
Hey, you're all right. How'd you hit on that?
Well, I knew it had to be a recording of some kind because when we broke into the office, there was the smell of the deodorant, but none of gunpowder.
Well, hey, what about those shots at us? She was with us in the car.
No, that was just more of her mechanics. You see, she rigged up a gun to be fired when the gates were open. She deliberately aimed the gun too high. The idea was to draw suspicion away from herself. However, the even pacing of the bullet holes was the tip-off. Now, I want to ask you a question, Filbert.
Yeah, what?
If you didn't work for Herman, how come you showed up to drive me to the party?
Oh, it was nothing. I drive a limousine for hire, and sometimes when I ain't busy, I just go around and drive celebrities like yourself for free. Oh, my kid will get a big kick out of me meeting the Green Lama. Oh, Miss Carter. You know, Mr. Dumont, I was almost believing in that dinosaur for a while.
It is written that man sees what he expects to see.
Yes, and I see that it's time Tulku and I were getting back to the hotel, Lieutenant. I think you've really seen The Last Dinosaur.
It is truly written that of all pleasures, the greatest is that of returning home. Now that we are back from Hollywood, I doubly appreciate the wisdom of ancient remark.
Well, I'm afraid it wasn't much of a vacation, Tulku. Still, we have to take the thought for the action and go back to work now that we're in New York again. Any important mail while we were gone?
Yes, a famous wax museum in Paris, France is honoring you, madame, by putting a statue of the Green Lama among its exhibits. Yes, they would like you to be present at the ceremony.
Well, that's quite an honor, Tulku. Although I'm not sure I should go.
Well, I also took the liberty of marking this story in the newspaper.
Oh? This one?
There.
Let's see. Paris, France. The Paris Herald today carried a story which claimed that after 200 years, Madame Pompadour is once more alive and visiting the Paris cafes. You're right, Tulku. Such a story must mean trouble for someone. I think we'll go to Paris and look into the return of Madame Pompadour. Om Mani Padme Hum. The Green Lama strikes for justice.
The Green Lama, starring Paul Frees, is produced and directed by James Burton. Tonight's story is by Richard Foster and William Frew. Tulku is played by Ben Wright. Featured in the cast were Bill Conrad, Yvonne Patey, Gloria Blondell, Dave Young, Frank Gerstle, and Jerry Hausner. The special music is by Richard Arant. Now stay tuned for Kirk Douglas on the Family Hour of Stars, which follows immediately on most of the CBS stations. This is Larry Thor speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
76 years ago, Paul Frees, the Green Lama, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now, here's what's coming up the next few days here. We will see coming up on our Friday show tomorrow. We will have episodes of The Adventures of Sam Spade, The Lives of Harry Lime, starring Orson Welles, Murder by Experts and Two Coffins to Fill, and an episode of X-1 Skulking Permit. Westerns on Saturday with episodes of Have Gun Will Travel and Gunsmoke. We'll have a 1953 episode of Escape, A Source of Invitation, and the early science fiction show 2000 Plus, A Veteran Comes Home. On Sunday, William Gargan is Barry Craig Confidential Investigator from 1954. The summer replacement show for as for suspense, Somebody Knows. Also, Tales of the Texas Rangers starring Joel McRae and Suspense. That's all coming up the next few days here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage, classicradio.stream. Up next, Larry Thor, Broadway is My Beat.
Your contribution of $10 or $6.95 for the budget relief package will send more relief overseas than the same money spent any other way. To help people in foreign countries with food or clothing, send your check to Non-Profit Care, New York. That's Care, New York. Send your check, your name and address, and full particulars about who's to get the package. Care will do the rest.
Broadway is My Beat started out as a very traditional kind of cop show until Elliot Lewis got a hold of it. Larry Thor starred in it once it moved out to California, and it became something completely different. From July 3rd, 1950, 75 years ago today, Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover in Broadway is My Beat, and the story of the Frank Conway murder.
Broadway's My Beat, from Times Square to Columbus Circle, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Broadway's My Beat, the thrilling drama of murder and mystery and the people who walk the Great White Way, starring Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover. In the morning, a kind of silence touches Broadway. The color has been squeezed from it, drained, spent by the wanton night. The neon is still in the spectacular sleep. The scavengers walk soft, grubbed furtively in the refuse of the night. And if you listen close, you can hear the wind. And it's the same wind that purrs through ruins. At headquarters, you welcome Broadway's silence, but you know it'll splinter in your face. And it does. Its shape is a slip of paper tossed carelessly on your desk. On it are written the words, Homicide, Olympia Hotel, room 312. And Broadway is awake now. It's starting a new day. At the Olympian Hotel, you walk down a corridor that's been painted in a color that won't offend anybody. And then a door opens to you, and a voice designed not to frighten you welcomes you into a room lately furnished with death.
Come in, please. You're from headquarters, I presume?
And you?
Matthew Porter, Yale 47. Head of the Crime Detection Bureau for the management. This is my first murder.
Shot. 45, I'd say. Who was he, a guest?
Not likely. Oh, I took the liberty of going through his pockets for identification, of course. I find he is a Frank Conroy, obviously one of those people from Texas. The high-heeled boots, that 10-gallon monstrosity over there on the bed. They wear those things. Died with his boots on, eh? Classic.
And this? Courtesy of the management?
The roulette wheel? Of course not. Gambling in the rooms is positively forbidden at the Olympian.
But this is a roulette wheel, I'd swear it, Mr. Porter.
Maybe the Texan brought it with him. You know Texas millionaires. Oil, steers, women, roulette, the black and the red.
You say he wasn't a guest?
Never saw him before. How he got in without my notice, I don't know.
Whose room is this?
Oh, Mr. Henry Sherwood, Stocks and Bonds. Inoffensive chap. A moment, please. Yes? Oh, thank you. Strange. A telegram addressed to an Eddie Donald, care of this room.
Open it.
But
Open it. Read it. Aloud.
Dear Eddie, stop. Arrived flight 12 from Cleveland. Stop. 11:15 this morning. Stop. Hope you had good rest. Stop. Ha ha. Stop. Signed, Henry Sherwood.
What time is it now?
10:03 on the nose.
That gives me an hour. You'll be courteous to the public servants when they come for the dead Texan, won't you, Yale? It took just about that hour to get to LaGuardia. 4-engine plane from Cleveland made a storybook landing, and the people who walked through its door made storybook exits. Pause at the door, smile, wave, and walk down the ramp. The stewardess stood there checking off each performance. I asked her who was Henry Sherwood, and she pointed out a little man with a briefcase who was just going off the field. Sherwood! Henry Sherwood! Hey! Your name Sherwood?
Who are you?
Police. You Henry Sherwood?
Police? Say, what is this?
You're registered at the Olympian Hotel, room 312?
Yes, I am.
Who's Eddie Donald?
Eddie Donald? What's he got to do with the police?
We're looking for him. What's he got to do with you?
Why, I lent him my suite while I was in Cleveland. I called him and told him he could live like a king in my suite for the week I was away. He acquiesced.
All right. Where does Eddie Donald usually live?
In a hotel. On West 59th. Let me think up just there.
You do that, Mr. Sherwood, on the way down to headquarters. It didn't take Mr. Sherwood all the way down to headquarters to think of it. He thought of Eddie Donald's address just as I was lifting him into the squad car. He wriggled and said I could let him go now. I said they'd point a finger at me if I did. At headquarters, Mr. Sherwood said he'd take up police brutality with the stock exchange, the governor, the State Department. When he got to Drew Pearson, I walked out. Eddie Donald's hotel was run by a sweet and charming lady. Everybody told her she was that, so she told me.
Just call me Mom, Mr. Clover. Everybody calls me that. It's because I treat my boys like as if they was my own son.
Mrs. told me
What's the matter? You got monkeys in your ears? I told you to call me Mom.
Okay, Mom. Eddie Donald, is he home?
Eddie? Now, what do you want with this, sweet Eddie?
All I want is he home?
Eddie brings me candy. On Mother's Day, he brings me flowers. Go on, Mr. Clover. Talk to Mom about Eddie.
We want him for murder.
Murder? Why, that dirty, low-down, no good. The flowers he brought me, they stunk. The candy he picked up off a subway seat. He's a week behind in his rent, and he has the gall to commit murder.
Take it easy, Mom. Where is he?
Wherever he is, I hope it's crawling. The shame he brought to my hotel.
He's not here?
No. He didn't come home all week. Every night I waited for him to bring me a box. He didn't come home to Mom.
You mind if I take a look?
He looks to be green in the face. Come on. This is his room. As of now, it's got a sign on it. Room to let half price. I'll show that, Eddie.
This picture.
It's September, picture of month in the altogether I ever seen. Now comes November. She don't even look cold.
It's framed. The calendar part's been cut off. To Eddie, it says. Forever and ever. No signature. You ever seen the girl before?
Only in shop windows and on counters and magazines all over the country. You like her?
The artist. Magna. A Magna girl. Mind if I take the picture with me?
You lonely boy. Take it. Mom says you can take it.
Thanks, Mom.
Ah.
I beg your pardon? Whose name is Magna around here?
But I am. My studio, my artistry, my cocktail party for my one-man show, but I am. A joke. A joke?
No. I was just asking.
Are you taking the tour? Come, I will show you Magna. Here, on this pedestal is the trunk of a small tree on which Magna first carved.
I think you misspelled the word there.
Ah, you saw it! You saw it! How Magna extracted the essence of the word and set it down for the world to applaud. Oh, you primitive! You saw it!
Now, stop jumping up and down, Mr. Magna. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
You don't understand my art?
I understand your calendars.
You are not a primitive after all.
Yeah, take a look at this one. I brought it along.
Magna does not autograph reproduction.
Who is this girl? Who modeled for this painting?
As it is printed on top. November model for it.
Yeah, but what's her name?
November.
I forgot to tell you I'm from the police, Mr. Magna.
November first for the painting. A touch of gold, a sniff of sorrow, the dying days, all embodied in a woman. I found one. You're a cop? I found November one day at a model agency.
Who is she?
Nelson. Liz Nelson. A pedestrian name for November, yes? No?
Where do I find her?
Liz Nelson? Her address?
Her address.
I will write it down for you.
Don't extract the essence for me, Mr. Magna. Just the number and the street.
What else?
Go away. If you're the fuller brush man, go away. If you want me to sign a petition, go away. Whatever's eating you, go away.
I'm from the police, Miss Nelson.
Oh, yeah. Now I can tell. I can tell by the way you put your foot in the door. Police are a mature college boy working his way through a mature college.
Let's go inside, Miss Nelson.
All right, let's go inside. The bed, it looks like that because I live in it. When I'm not working, that is. Every minute. That way I stay bewitched. The police want me to pose to improve their public relations. That's why you're here.
Eddie Donald. You know him, Miss Nelson?
Uh-huh.
Then maybe you can tell me where he is.
Uh-uh.
You can tell me about him.
Uh-huh.
Tell me.
You first. You tell me why.
Murder.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see now. I know Eddie for, 4 years now. 2 years of that he was in Dannemora prison.
Why?
I never followed his career, so I don't know why.
After that?
He called me. Lots of times. Left a number where I could reach him. Sometimes I call back. Depended on my schedule and my mood.
When was the last time the schedule permitted?
About 3 months ago. I got it penciled in my little black book.
Frank Conroy, a man from Texas. He in the book?
He's dead, isn't he? I read about it.
Is he in the book?
Uh-uh. First I heard of him, he was dead.
And Eddie Donald, when was the last time you saw him?
I told you, 3 months ago.
You inscribed a picture to him. Forever and ever, it said. A calendar picture.
The cost of my beauty. Men look at my picture and they want me to belong to them forever and ever. Sometimes it's for always. I put down what they tell me. Oh. Let's not answer it, huh?
Uh-uh. Oh?
Eddie? Eddie?
No?
I figure you'll be there. This is Jack Perry. I'll make it easy for you. Try room B, 1829, West 47.
Who was it?
Miss Nelson.
Hey, you came, Reeler. Who are you?
Police, Danny Clover.
I did what?
Can I come in?
No.
Your name, Jack Perry?
State your business right from there. That's so your muscle got you in. Am I real important to you?
Look, Perry, I'm trying to find out who killed a man from Texas.
What voice whispered my name is Perry?
You did.
What else did I do?
Over the phone when you called Liz.
Spare me the method, police. I got it figured already. Your muscle lifted the phone, said it was Eddie Donald.
You're real anxious to talk to Eddie, aren't you?
Real.
Why?
I'm that way. Mind if I sit down?
Let's go, Perry. I got a squad car outside.
All for me?
The police are looking for Eddie. Maybe you'll help. Let's go.
Yeah, sure, I'll help. I'll help you from here.
All right.
Eddie's got a lot of money that's mine. It's a reason for a man wanting to see a man.
How much money?
What's the difference? A lot. You know what, police?
someone's back.
Yeah, I know. Let's go.
Someone is.
Let's go. His laughter mixed well with pain. It came in tides and swelled and rolled over me. And the thing that pounded at my brain was the thing that exploded and showered down like a million nickels, bright, colored red and green and black. And then everything stopped. It came back again later. And I opened my eyes. The color, the paint, the room was the same. The pattern of frayed furniture and dust. And Jack Perry was still there. Only he was different. He wasn't laughing anymore. He couldn't. He'd been shot to death. Months fade and the oysters forsake Broadway, life still goes on. There are the box scores to consider, the hot dogs with everything. And for exercise, you can now dial Nassau County. As if this weren't enough, Broadway offers another diversion, double killing. This time backdropped with a roulette wheel and a police officer who got slugged at the scene of the crime. Broadway tucks the protesting wiener back into the roll, takes another bite and chews appreciatively. Later at police headquarters, Sergeant Tattaglia summed it all up.
This is something you can stick your teeth into, Danny.
What is?
It's this sticky apple Mrs. Tartaglia packed with my lunch. It's tasty and good.
I'm sure it is, Gino, but I got a headache. I've just come from the infirmary, and Dr. Sinsky said I'd feel a lot better if I didn't have any emotional disturbances for a while. So let's all pitch in and help Dr. Sinsky, huh?
Roger, we'll cope.
Thank you.
Well, to work we go. To wit, in the matter of Frank Conroy from Texas, he is indeed from Texas. Police authorities in Texas sent a 500-word telegram to us to that effect. 500 words? Indeed. It states that Frank Conroy is an esteemed owner of oil wells and well-known in Galveston. The rest of the telegram is about Texas.
Go on.
In the matter of Jack Perry, the man who was killed under your very nose was a man known to all and sundry as a man who delighted in floating games of chance. That's what on him.
All right. Tell me about the man we're looking for, Eddie Donald.
An all-points bulletin is out on him at this very moment.
So what else?
Eddie Donald was released in Dannemora nigh on to 6 months ago after serving a 2-year stretch for assault and battery.
Before he went to jail, Tattaglia.
Hearsay has it that this same Eddie Donald was a steerer for the gambling industry. Precisely speaking, for Mark Oslo.
Yeah, and hearsay has it that Mark Oslo isn't operating anymore.
You believe that, Danny?
No. Well, we've never been able to get anything on him. Tattaglia.
Yeah?
Does Oslo still live at the same address?
I checked that already, Danny, and yeah, he does. In that tumble-down shack on Park Avenue. Hey, Danny, I brought you one, too. I was hiding a sticky apple behind my back.
The shack of Mark Oslo occupied 5 floors of a gilt-edge apartment house where dogs were walked by student psychiatrists. On the first floor of his hovel, something in silk, knee breeches, and epaulets held a candelabra to your badge, sighed profoundly, adjusted its wig, and ushered you into a private elevator. On the second floor, you caught a glimpse of a library with real books, thousands of them. On the third floor, a girl with ashen hair and leg slits in her mandarin robe waved joy to you as you floated up. On the fourth floor, a chef sniffing a chafing dish took time to consider you as a potential sauce, rejected you. And then you were on the 5th floor. The mate of the thing in silk knee breeches led you through a luster of elegant men and women in silent prayer at a roulette table. Then Mark Oslo extended a glittering hand to you. You didn't take it.
No, Danny. You don't shake my hand and it sets up a melody of sorrow in my heart.
Cry a tear, Mark. I'd like to see it.
You'd be the first. You want a tear, Danny? I could arrange it.
You could. Having a party, Mark?
You mean my friends at the table? They're playing for matchsticks, Danny. Literally, matchsticks. Come along, Danny. I'll show you.
Don't bother.
No? Your pleasure, Danny. I should get back to my guest. State your pleasure.
Eddie Donald.
Eddie Donald. Mark Oslo knows such a man?
Yeah, Mark Oslo does.
Shall I freshen it up for you, Mark?
No need, Danny, thank you. It'll come back. Eddie Donald. Oh, yes. You want him for murder, and you come to me for help.
For Eddie Donald, not for what you said, Mark.
He was a good boy. Came to work on time, conscientious. Stuffed the suggestion box with suggestions. I read a few, not bad. I sent word down for him to keep trying.
Where is he, Mark?
My chef baked some delicacies for him. I had them sent to Eddie at Dannemora. After that, we lost touch. Not even a thank you note from Eddie. It goes.
A man named Frank Conroy. What does that do to you, Mark?
The dead Texan, nothing at all. Someone pointed it out to me while I was having a rub, and it didn't do anything at all.
Jack Perry, try him.
Some of my friends sent a wreath. I paid for it. Should I have done more? Oh, of course. You were hurt in that one, weren't you, Danny? Name your favorite charity.
Eddie Donald, Mark. That's all I want. Send the word around. Get him to me.
You're ordering me, Danny?
Yeah. Surprise you?
No, I find it rather delightful. I'll tell you what, Danny. Mark Oslo will see what he can do, and the footman will show you out. Goodbye, Danny.
On the way back down on the elevator, I caught a glimpse of the girl in the mandarin robe again. This time, she was eating a hamburger. I was disenchanted about the whole thing. I called headquarters. Nothing on Eddie Donald. Phoned cab garages. Nothing. Spent a few more hours dropping in on back rooms and dropping the name of Eddie Donald. Blank stares. Then I went home and slept on it. And the way it happened was simple. The next morning, I walked out of the door. There was a hand on my sleeve by the time I stepped onto the pavement.
Hi, Danny.
Benny Fane. You're looking good, Benny.
Yeah, I am. I'm on my way to work. Yeah. How do you like that?
I like it. What happened?
I kicked it, Danny, off the stuff. Got a job. Look at me. $50 suit, suede shoes, watched by lawn jeans. Beautiful, huh? I'm credit, Danny, but I'm going to pay for it. Legitimate job. Publishing.
Huh? Publishing what?
Well, anyhow, Danny, the reason I've been waiting for you on my way to work is because I never let my old friends down, so you never let them down. Still working for you. Now, don't call it stewing, Danny. I can't stand that word.
Nobody called it anything, Benny.
Okay. Now, look. Try the Bronx, Danny, if you want to find Eddie Donald. You know where those guys building shacks by the river, those guys out of work? Well, try the one with the Bull Durham sign for a front door.
Come on in, pal. Oh, it's not a pal.
No, Eddie.
I'd appreciate it if you tell me your name. It slipped the memory.
Danny Clover, police.
That's right, Danny Clover. You are the slough who wants me for the murder of, let me think now, Frank Conroy from Texas and Jack Perry from Stinko, right?
Uh-huh. Let's go, Eddie.
Gladly.
Huh?
I said I will go with you gladly. However, if you should care to listen to my side for a minute, I think this courtesy will not go unrewarded.
You haven't got much time, Eddie.
Not even enough to give you the for-real murder of those two?
The real murderer, Eddie?
For real. Interested?
Maybe.
A story goes with it, Mr. Clover. That Texan. He shouldn't have died. It wasn't planned that way.
No?
No, Mr. Mind if I call you Danny?
Go ahead.
It was like this, Danny. I took a rap in Dannemora.
I know.
Yeah. Then Perry put salt in the wound. While I am in the crib, he purloins my girl.
Go on.
Well, look at me, Danny, how little I am. Can't knock over a mosquito. But one night in a bar, I meet a Texan. He wants to fight. I figure who better he should beat up than Jack Perry from Stinko. This can be so easy arranged.
By that roulette game in the Olympian.
Exactly. This is a game rigged by Perry. The same night he tells me go get a sucker for old time's sake. No hard feelings. I got a hotel room courtesy of a friend, so get a sucker. The sucker I bring him is the Texan. And I play Perry for the sucker. While the Texan loses, I bet against him and keep winning. Then when I got it all, I tell the Texan he's been taken by a rigged wheel. I figure this will make him mad at Perry.
It didn't?
No, the Texan turns yellow just because Perry pulls a gun on him. I quick turn out the lights, there's a shot, and I flee with the dough, $50,000. So for the murder of the Texan, you should have talked to Perry.
I was talking to Perry, and somebody killed him. You.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, not me. Look, all you got to do is let me go for a little bit, and I'll lead you to the for-real murderer.
Sorry. Let's go.
You got it, Danny. You got it. I'll get the murderer for you. Let me go. I'll make you let me go.
the little man took a swing at me, flicked my chin, and I pretended he'd knocked me cold. How I kept from laughing out loud at his surprised, bewildered, then proud face, I'll never know, but I did. And I let Eddie go because I believed him. To follow him, to get a for real murderer, or maybe to make an idiot out of Danny Clover. It was a chance I took. I watched him while he made a phone call. I watched him while he had some coffee. Then I watched him while he hailed a cab, and I hailed one too. He stopped at an address I'd been to once before. I let him go in, and I waited 5 minutes. Then I went to the apartment where I knew he'd be.
I'm telling you to get out of here, Eddie. You don't get the money. You don't get anything.
You know, I figure it different, Liz.
How do you figure it, Eddie?
The policeman. Look, Eddie, they caught up with him.
Oh, Danny, you recovered. There's your murderer, Danny. I told you, give me a chance.
Miss Nelson here murdered Perry. Is that how you figured?
Take him out of here.
I'm repeating myself, Eddie. Let's go.
No, listen to me. You gotta listen. She wants me to get electrocuted. That's why she did the whole thing. And you know something? I love her.
My kicks for just now. Take him away.
Don't laugh at me, Liz. You could have had the money. Don't you understand? You could have had it. Now.
You two play patty cake down on the pavement. I'm busy.
What about now, Eddie?
Don't you see, Danny? Don't you see what she's done? She kills Perry so I can sit in the electric chair for it.
Why would she want to do a thing like that?
Because she's greedy. She wanted all the dough for herself.
Shut up, Eddie. Make him shut up.
I gave her the money I won, and she said she loved me all over again. And I believed her. But when she heard the cops were looking for me for that rhubarb in the Olympia Hotel, she got cagey as all get out. Kills Perry and books me solid with the executioner.
You're an accomplished girl, Miss Nelson. You model, you pistol whip me in Perry's room, you kill Perry. Accomplished.
Try again.
Don't be like that, Liz. Show him the money. All that money, give it to him.
Eddie, you fool.
Go ahead, Liz. The man's waiting. Give it to him.
Shut up.
Now, Liz.
I told you to shut up. I told you.
What's it?
Oh.
Drop that gun. Drop it.
Oh.
It's a lot better.
Oh, that money. He ruined it.
Eddie. Bad, Eddie?
I got a bad shoulder now, Danny.
You're a fool, Eddie. She could have killed you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know whether she did it or not, what I said. But I had to find out. I loved her. I really did.
Broadway. It's an 8-beat revival meeting, and the lost souls wail to a hot trumpet and sax. It's a hunger, complete with syncopation and spinning neon. Grab your dream and dance a while, then try to look it in the face. You can't. It's a mask of terror. It's Broadway, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Broadway, my beat.
We invite you to join us next week at the same time when Detective Danny Clover returns again with Broadway's My Beat. Broadway's My Beat is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis, with music composed and conducted by Alexander Curran. The program is written by Morton Fine and David Friedkin and stars Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover with Charles Calvert as Tartaglia. Included in tonight's cast were Peggy Weber, Francis Robinson, Eddie Quillen, Herb Butterfield, Jay Novello, and Anthony Barrett. Bob Stevenson speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
75 years ago, July 3rd, 1950, Broadway is My Beat here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage for more information and to support the podcast. That's at classicradio.stream. Up next, the Challenge of the Yukon.
Instead of going down, the annual rate of polio cases in this country is going up. Instead of growing panicky with fear in the face of such an unwelcome fact, there is a way in which we all can join the Army which is fighting to check this trend and ultimately defeat infantile paralysis. We can contribute to the March of Dimes. Give today so that the 1952 March of Dimes will be the biggest ever and a really potent fighting force against polio.
Now a show that we do not air very often that some of you have requested. It is the Challenge of the Yukon. This particular episode goes back to July 3rd, 1947, 78 years ago today, and it's the story of the puppy.
The Challenge of the Yukon. It's King, swiftest and strongest lead dog of the North Country, blazing the trail for Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police in his relentless pursuit of lawbreakers.
On King!
Gold discovered in the Yukon, a stampede to the Klondike in the greedy race for riches. Now back to the days of the gold rush when Sergeant Preston and his wonder dog King battled through storm and snow to preserve law and order as they met the Challenge of the Yukon. Sergeant Preston, with his dog King at his side, knocked at the door of Jim Crane's cabin on the outskirts of Dawson. The door was opened by young Tommy, Jim's 12-year-old son.
Hello, Sergeant Preston. Come in. How are you, King, old fella?
How are you, Tommy? Your father here?
He'll be here any minute now, I think. He went over to Tim Lacey's to look at some furs. Take your park off and sit down, Sergeant.
Thanks, Tom. I came over to have a look at those sled dogs your dad has to sell.
They're out in the kennels. Did Dad tell you that Vixen had her pups?
Yes. They're about 10 days old now, aren't they?
Yeah, and the cutest things you ever saw.
Oh?
I've got one of them right here in this box. Will King hurt him if I show him to you?
Oh, no. King won't hurt a puppy. Come here, King. Down, boy.
Oh, look at him, Sergeant. Isn't he a beauty?
Oh, I should say so. Let's have a look at you, young fella. Well, he's a good dog. Nice bones and build.
His stomach is all swollen up. I guess he ate too much dinner.
That reminds me of the last case I was on.
Was it that bank robbery?
Yes, Tom. I just got back a few days ago.
I heard something about it. Gee, Sergeant, what happened? Will you tell me about it? As long as you're going to be waiting for Dad, you'll have time.
Why, sure. But you'd better put this little fella back in his box. I think he's sleepy.
Guess I'd better. He always gets sleepy after he eats. There you are, Spot. Go to sleep. Gee, Sergeant, I've been waiting to hear about you getting those robbers. You discovered that the bank had been robbed before anybody, didn't
you?
Yes,
I did. But the robbery was evidently planned about a week before. There were two men who arrived in Dawson about that time with the names of Hank Sims and Tim Johnson. They came into the Gold Nugget bar quite often, but didn't mix with the other men very much. However, they did manage to meet Jed Wilcox, the old man who sleeps in the back room of the bank. They called him to their table one night.
Look over there, Tim. That's the old codger I was telling you about. He don't look very dangerous. You sure he's the one who guards the bank? Pretty sure. He's coming this way. This is as good a time as any to find out. Hello, mister.
Oh, howdy. Well, I don't remember seeing you in town before. You strangers?
Sit down and get acquainted.
I won't be able to stay with you long. I gotta go to work.
You don't work at night, do you?
Yep, I do. I came up to the Yukon to look for gold, same as everybody else, but my luck ran out on me, I guess. Before I hit any pay dirt, I had a bad accident. I slipped on some ice and injured my back. I was in a pretty bad spot, I can tell you.
You the bank clerk?
Oh, no. I ain't very good at figures. I just sleep in the back room, watching it from night.
That sounds easy enough.
Well, it ain't too hard, but it don't pay much. I guess I'm lucky to be working at all, though.
Hank and Tim waited almost a week before going ahead with their plan. They bought a good dog team and loaded up with supplies. Then at midnight, one night when it was snowing and cold and the town was quiet, they drove up to the bank.
Can you get it open, Tim?
Getting locks open is my business. This is nothing. There, it's open.
Easy now. You get over and turn that lantern down a little. Someone might see us from the street.
I'm going to need a little light to crack that safe. There ain't anybody on the street. We're safe enough.
Old Jed is a sound sleeper.
Yeah.
Oh, you clumsy fool.
I couldn't help it. It slipped out of my hand.
You woke the old man up. Get over there beside that door.
Who's there? Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, let's get it. He won't give us any trouble now.
Good. I wonder if the old duffer saw me.
He didn't get a chance. I got him the minute he stuck his head in.
I'll tie him up and gag him. Now, you get back and see what you can do about that safe. We better get out of here fast.
I was coming home from a patrol north and got into town early that morning before anybody was up. When I passed the bank, I noticed that the door was open. I stopped the dog team and decided to have a look. Hey, King! Oh, you huskies! Hey, King, come along, fella. Oh, it's funny. There's nobody here. What is it, King? Jed. Wait a minute. I'll get that gag out of your mouth. There. Are you hurt?
Thanks, Sergeant. I'm hurt, but not too bad.
Good. I'll untie these ropes. There.
Oh, I've been lying on this floor all night. I'm cold and stiff.
I'll help you up, Jed. Now, sit over here near the stove. There's not much fire in it, but I'll poke it up.
The bank's been robbed, Sergeant.
Tell me about it while I fix this fire.
Oh, I got a lump on my head the size of a hen's egg. They hit me with the butt of a gun. Lucky I got a good thick head. I wouldn't be here to tell you about it.
Did you get a look at them at all?
Yes, I saw one of them.
Oh?
It's a man who's been hanging around the Gold Nugget Bar for about a week. He's a big fella with a scar on his face from his left eye down to his lip. His beard don't cover it.
What's his name?
Well, I heard the bartender call him Hank one night. Maybe he can tell you something about him.
I'll check there later. Now, tell me what happened.
Well, I sleep in the back room here, you know.
Yes?
Well, last night I woke up and thought I heard a noise. I keep a lantern burning in here all night, so I got my gun and came to see what was wrong. When I opened the door, I saw this Hank standing in the middle of the room. Just then, something hit me from behind.
His partner was probably waiting beside the door when you opened it.
I never knew what hit me. When I woke up, I was tied and gagged and couldn't move a muscle.
It's a wonder they didn't kill you.
This Hank fella didn't know what a good look I got of him, or he probably would have. He just happened to be standing where the lantern light showed up that scar on his face.
Well, how much did they take?
We had over $50,000 worth of gold in this bank. And they took every bit of it, I suppose.
Well, we checked, and the thieves had taken everything they could carry. $50,000 worth of gold in dust and nuggets is a heavy load. It had snowed early that morning, but I remembered seeing rather a fresh trail when I came into town. The tracks were deep, and the snow hadn't quite filled them. I hadn't passed a sled or a team on the way, so they may have heard me coming and hidden. I reported the case to headquarters and asked to be assigned to it. Inspector Grayson gave me my instructions.
Oh, Sergeant, I'm sending a man with you on this case. It's Corporal Terry. Just been transferred here from Montreal. You've met him, haven't you?
I met him this morning, sir.
Jim Terry's a good man, but this is his first trip north. Knowing the North the way you do, Sergeant, I can't think of a better way for him to learn than going on a case with you.
Well, thank you, sir.
We have a very accurate description of these men who robbed the bank. You can't miss Hank Sims, as he calls himself, with that scar on his face. The man who's with him has 2 fingers missing on his left hand. His name is Tim Johnson.
I'm sure they must have left town by the trail that I came in on, sir.
That's very possible, Sergeant. I think you and Corporal Terry had better try that direction. Perhaps you can pick up some information at trading posts or from trappers along the way. At least it's a place to start. Remember, they have a heavy load, Sergeant, and won't be able to travel very fast.
I was glad to have young Corporal Terry with me. We seldom travel alone at this time of year because the temperature's liable to drop to 50 or 60 below zero. And it's very dangerous to be alone on the trail when that happens. Corporal Terry's initiation to the ways of the North Country wasn't easy. First day we were out, the temperature fell to 65 below zero. So we holed up in the trapper's cabin for a day or two. But the men we were after didn't dare to stop. They had a heavy load on their sled and didn't want to be seen by anybody. Hank Sims and his partner Tim Johnson were mushing along the trail that led along a creek when the temperature dropped. Tim wasn't used to the north.
Hank, we gotta stop and build a fire. This cold is eating right into my bones.
Yeah, we can't stop. This ain't the time to go soft. They'll have a Mountie on our trail by this time, sure.
But my foot's numb.
Keep moving. If you stop, you'll freeze.
My foot. Hank, wait.
Oh, there.
Hank, my foot broke through. It's wet.
You fool. I told you to watch out for spots like that on this creek. I get that boot off right away.
Yeah. How can there be water when it's so cold?
This creek is fed by springs. The snow and ice freezes over the top, but there's a pool of water under it. I told you to watch out. Now get a fire belt.
Hank, look, my hand, my fingers are numb. I can't open these laces.
You should have cut them open. Your hand is frozen. Don't you know you can't take off a mitten in this temperature? Oh, why did I bring you with me, you stupid fool?
Hank, my foot, there ain't no feeling in it. I can't walk.
By the time I build a fire and get your foot fixed, we'll lose hours of time.
Maybe I could ride on the sled. Maybe we could
We got too big a load now. If you think we're going to drop off supplies so you can ride, you're crazy.
But, Hank, my foot's froze solid. It's like a piece of ice.
I ain't going to lose time just because you're a fool. I told you to be careful.
Hank, don't leave me. I can't walk.
March, you husky! March!
Hank, come back. Don't leave me. Hank! Hank!
2 days later, Corporal Terry and I were mushing along that same creek. We weren't at all sure that we were on the trail of the thieves, but I was heading for a trading post where I hoped Hank might have stopped. All of a sudden, King barked up ahead of the team.
Oh, hurry, you huskies.
Something wrong, Sergeant?
Yes, Corporal. Look there, beside the creek.
You mean that white figure? It's like a snowman.
It's a man covered with snow. Come on. Look out, Terry. Go around that place. That's one of those traps I was telling you about. There's a spring under the ice right there.
Got to watch where I was going.
Yes, King. It's a man, all right.
Why, look. He froze to death sitting up.
They were fools to try and travel in that low temperature, and they didn't know the country too well.
Sergeant, do you think he's one of the men we're after?
Yes. Now we know we're on the right trail. Look here, Corporal. This left hand, the one without the mitten. 2 fingers are missing.
But the other one, the other man, Hank, why didn't he take him on a sled or something?
Well, you see this foot? There's ice all over it, like an icy boot. Tim probably stepped into a hole, and Hank didn't want to waste any precious time saving him.
But to leave him like this, to freeze.
And now we know what kind of a man we're after.
But he's left a clear trail in the snow.
Yeah, but look. It's beginning to snow. Big flakes, too.
This trail will be covered in less than an hour. Or at least we know what territory he's in, Sergeant.
We covered Tim's body with branches and went on. The temperature was higher, but the snowfall was very heavy, and we lost a lot of time breaking the trail. Complete darkness had fallen when we were about 5 miles past the trading post, and I headed for the lights of the Cranston cabin. The Cranstons were friends of mine. The Cranstons will put us up tonight, Corporal. They're a nice family. You'll like them.
A family, you say? You mean a wife, maybe children?
Yes, a little girl. Her name's Jane, and she's about 10 years old.
Why would a man bring a wife and child way out here in the wilderness?
Jim makes a good living trapping in winter, and he takes a lot of gold out of the creek in summer. He'll have enough to retire soon and go back to civilization. Oh, they must have heard us coming. There's Jim now.
Who is it?
It's Preston, Jim. Looking.
Well, Sergeant, I'm
sure glad to see you.
This is Corporal Terry, Jim Cranston.
Hey, hello, Corporal.
Can you put us up for the night?
I sure can.
Good.
Molly has supper ready, too. Come on in.
I'll take care of the dog, Sergeant. You go on in.
Well, thanks, Corporal. Give them a lot of food. They've had a tough day. I'll take King in with me. Come on, boy.
Oh, Molly, it's Sergeant Preston.
Hello, Molly.
Sergeant, how are you?
Sergeant Preston. Oh, goody.
Hello, Jane. How's my best girl?
Oh, Sergeant, I'm so glad you came. I've got something to show you. Look, over here by the stove.
Jane, give the sergeant time to take his park off.
Oh, he can do it later, Mommy. Look, I got a new puppy. Oh, King won't hurt him, will he?
No. Go on back, King. Why, he's a beautiful pup.
Do you want to hold him? Come on, Frisky.
Oh, he's nice. But, great Scott, look at that stomach.
He's swollen up like a balloon.
Jane fed him too much.
Oh?
Jim and I went to the trading post this afternoon. We got back just a little while ago, and Jane had just finished overfeeding him.
I thought he must be very hungry because he ate half of one of my moccasins. So I gave him all he could hold. He sure can hold a lot, too.
Well, pups are little gluttons, Jane. They like to eat. But getting all they can hold isn't too good for them.
He swells up like that after all his meals.
So would you if you ate the way he does.
Well, he'll get skinny again. He always does. I never saw anything get so fat and skinny so fast.
Put the puppy on the floor, Sergeant, and take your park off.
There you go, Frisky. Now be nice to him, King. Jane, you see that they make friends with each other.
I will. Oh, look at Frisky. He's so afraid of King. He's lying on his back and waving his feet in the air.
Let me take your things, Sergeant.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
Make yourself comfortable beside the fire.
Thanks, I will.
Dog's all right for the night.
Oh, Molly, this is Corporal Terry, Mrs. Cranston.
How do you do?
How do you do, Mrs. Cranston?
Jim will take your parka, Corporal. Just sit down and get warm.
Thanks.
I'll have supper ready in no time.
There you are, Jim. Oh, this fire certainly feels good.
Are you boys up here for any special reason?
We're trailing a bank robber, Jim. He got away with a fortune in gold. You haven't seen anything of a man with a scar on his face and a black beard, have you?
Well, a couple of days ago, right after that coal spill we had, I saw a man with a 6-dog team.
Oh?
I was coming home from my trap line. He crossed the trail just as I was coming to it. I yelled at him, thinking he might be someone I knew. But he didn't stop. He just waved and kept right on going.
Was he packing a heavy load?
He sure was. His dogs were having a rough time breaking the trail.
Sounds like our man. The time would be about right, too.
He was headed towards the mountains.
He may hide out somewhere around here for a while. If I were you, Jim, I'd keep Jane close to the house for a few days. It's lonely around here.
I'll do that, Sergeant.
By a streak of good fortune, we picked up Hank's trail again the next day. My team was fresh, and we made excellent time over the hard snow crust. That night, we camped out and got an early start the following morning. The mountains loomed close now. It was noon when we came upon a campsite. Working! Oh, you huskies! This looks like the place Hank slept last night, Terry.
Do you think we're that close on his heels?
Yes, he's lost time somewhere. Of course, he hasn't given his dogs much rest, and they're pulling a lot of weight. We can go about twice as fast.
How do you suppose he figures to get up that mountain trail with a tired team?
I think that's where we'll catch him, Corporal. Unless he outsmarts us some way.
If he once gets through those mountains, he might be able to make the border.
He's not going to get through those mountains. Come on.
On King! On, you huskies!
We had no trouble following Hank's trail then. The wind had blown the loose snow away and left a hard-packed crust. But here and there, Hank's sled had made an imprint, and now and then we saw footprints where the snow was protected from the wind. There was very little daylight left when we approached the mountains. The trail led up like a great curved snake, and jagged rocks hung over it. Suddenly, there was a gunshot. I heard the whine of a bullet pass my head and a dull plop as it hit the snow. I shouted at the dogs.
Okay, hurry, you huskies.
Get down, Terry, behind the sled, quick.
Say, that was close.
Back here, King. Here, fella. Down, boy.
Hank must have seen us coming.
He's up on that mountain trail to the left, behind those rocks. He's probably been watching for us.
There. I saw him that time.
He couldn't wait any longer. It's getting dark. Hope he doesn't shoot the dogs.
Guess we were closer to him than we thought we were.
Wish we had more shelter. Maybe I can get a bead on him.
That worked from this side.
It's hard to see him in that shadow.
him.
Those rocks. Those shots started an avalanche. We're all right. We're not in his path.
Gosh, I never saw anything like that in my life. Looked as if half the mountain fell on him.
I'm afraid that's the end of Hank.
He's buried under tons of ice and rock.
And I'm afraid that's the end of the bank's gold, too. It's buried with him.
But can a shot start an avalanche like that?
Oh, yes. The rocks get loaded with ice and snow, and any slight jar can start them down. And once started, they take everything in their path.
It was the most horrible thing I ever saw. Glad we weren't any closer.
I think it's safe to go over there now. Come on, Terry. Let's see what we can find.
All right, Sergeant. It's hard to believe a shot can do that.
Of course, our task was a hopeless one. We couldn't even get near the spot where Hank had last been seen. There were tons of ice and rocks covering the trail, and Hank was buried far beneath them. We camped at the base of the mountain that night and started back the following day. I decided to stop on the way home to tell the Cransons that they no longer had to worry about a criminal in that vicinity. It was about noon 2 days later when we arrived at their cabin. Booking!
Hello, Sergeant Preston. Hello, Corporal.
We're back sooner than I thought we'd be, Molly.
Come on in. Jim and Jane aren't here, but they will be soon. Sit down and take your coats off while I make some hot tea.
Thanks. I could sure use some.
Did you get the man you were after?
Not exactly, but he won't bother anyone anymore. He's dead.
Dead? Oh, dear.
He got caught in an avalanche right in front of us. It buried him and all the gold he stole.
Won't they be able to recover it?
I'm afraid not.
Well, at least the country's rid of a thief and a murderer. When I think of him leaving that man to freeze, it's worth all the money to be rid of him.
The bank won't be too happy about it, I'm afraid. What'd you say Jim was?
He's out with Jane looking for Frisky. Pup's been gone for a day and a night, and Jane's almost frantic.
Oh, Sergeant Preston, I'm so glad you came back. You and King will find Frisky. I know you will.
Tell me about it, Jane.
Jane, dear, Sergeant Preston can't waste time hunting for puppies. He's on duty.
Oh, but I love Frisky. He's the only thing that's all mine, and if I don't find him, I'll just die, that's all.
Now, Jane, dear, don't cry. Of course we'll help you find your pup.
You will? Oh, Sergeant, I just knew you would.
Really, Sergeant, it's too much to ask you to do this. It will take too much time. Jane, dear, you
Now,
can't...
Molly, after all, Jane's a citizen. She lost her puppy, and she has a right to ask the law to help her get it back. What do you say, Corporal Terry?
I agree with you.
You see, Molly?
Oh, thank you. I knew you'd know how I felt, because you love King so much.
Now, tell me about Frisky. When did he disappear?
Well, it was yesterday morning. He ran away from me, and I couldn't go after him because Mother made me promise not to go away from the house. I'm so afraid he got caught in a trap or something. Daddy's still looking for him, but I thought I heard King barking, so I came back to the house. Oh, there's Daddy now. Daddy, did you find him?
No, Jane. Hello, Sergeant.
Hello, Jim.
All right, Terry.
That's fine.
Did you lose track of the robbery you were chasing?
No, we got him, but I'd better tell you about it later, Jim.
Sergeant Preston, Corporal Terry are going to help us find Frisky.
Well, I'm afraid it's hopeless, Jane. I've looked pretty thoroughly.
Didn't he leave any tracks?
Well, there were some leading away from the cabin where the snow was loose, but they end over here a ways. The snow crust is hard, the wind blew the loose snow away. He was so light he didn't leave any tracks on the crust.
Well, at least you know what direction he took.
Well, he was a strong pup. I'm afraid he wandered a long way off. Maybe got caught in a trap. Or Wolf may have got him.
Oh, Daddy, no. Sergeant Preston.
Now, don't worry, Jane. Maybe King can help us find him.
Oh, King knows him. They got to be good friends when you stayed here that night.
Well, this is too much to ask of you, Sergeant. You lose too much time. After being on a manhunt, this seems rather foolish.
Not at all, Jim. Frisky means more to Jane than that gold does to the bank. I know how I'd feel if King were missing.
Oh, can we start looking right now?
Well, first of all, we have to let King know what we're looking for, dear. Have you anything here that smells like Frisky so that King can get the scent?
Oh, dear. I brushed Frisky so much and kept him so clean that he didn't smell at all.
Well, that's not what I mean, Jane. You see, dogs can smell things that humans can't. Everything has some sort of scent, and a dog's nose is very keen. He depends on that more than he does his eyes.
Frisky's blanket is in his box. Would that do, Sergeant?
Well, that'll be fine, Molly. I'll let King smell that, and we'll find Frisky if he's still alive.
I'll get it, Sergeant. I just know King will find Frisky.
I've trained King to find things by giving him the scent and telling him to search. We found a lot of people that way by letting him smell a garment they've worn. Well, we took Frisky's blanket with us and followed the tracks he'd left. They went north and ended, as Jim said, where the snow crust was hard and shiny. I let King smell the blanket, and from there on, he took over. We crisscrossed back and forth for a time, and then a light wind came up from the north. Suddenly, King sniffed the air, whined, and started off in a straight line. We were almost a mile from the cabin, but little James struggled along with us. King would wait for us and continue straight ahead. All right, King, we're coming.
Oh, let's see who knows where Frisky is, Sergeant.
He seems to be after something, Jane.
Jane, dear, aren't you tired? Why don't you wait here for us?
I'm not tired, Daddy.
Sergeant, King seems to have found something. He's stopping beside that big rock.
I see King, but I don't see any sign of Frisky.
Maybe he found a rabbit or something.
Oh, King knows what he's looking for.
Oh, I hope it's Frisky.
There's a pile of small rocks piled up against that big one.
What is it, fella?
He's scratching at those rocks, looking through that crack between them.
Listen. It's Frisky. Frisky, is that you? Oh, it is. It's Frisky.
Let's move these rocks and get him out of there. Come on, Terry.
I'll help you. See how he got in here. Well, this one will do it.
Here he is.
Oh, Frisky. I'm so glad to get you back.
Oh, look at him. Look how fat he is, that stomach.
After being in there for 2 days.
Wait a minute. Come on, boys. Help me move some more of these rocks.
Good, sure.
I'll get this one here.
Yeah, that does it. There's something in that hole in the side of the big rock.
What is it?
Here's something. Well, sack of dried fish ripped open. And there's more food in there, I think. Wait, I'll get it.
This must be somebody's cache.
What's a cache, Daddy?
Well, it's a place where someone hides food to use later. He comes back from a trip along the same route.
There's more than food in this one. Look at this, Jim.
It's a bag.
A bag of gold. The bag belongs to the bank in Dawson. Corporal, I think this gold was hidden here by Hank Sims.
You mean the man you were chasing?
That's right. He hid the gold here along with a lot of supplies. And that gave him a light load to carry, and he planned to lead us off into the mountains where he could ambush us.
Then he'd come back, pick up the gold and supplies.
Or maybe he thought he'd get over the border and come back after we'd stopped chasing him. You see, he couldn't have made it with a heavy load of gold.
And now you can take the gold back to the bank.
Yes, thanks to Frisky.
But how did Frisky get in there? And why didn't he come out the same way and come home?
Well, Jane, I think Frisky went exploring. He must have smelled the food in here with the gold, squeezed through a crack between the rocks. But after he ate all he could, his stomach was too big to get out again, so he probably just lay down and went to sleep.
But he always gets thin when he hasn't eaten for a while.
But when he's thin, dear, he's hungry. So when he woke up, he filled up again and couldn't get out. Well, come on, Corporal. Let's get the rest of the gold out of here.
All right, Sergeant. That pup is sure a little glutton.
Oh, but I love him. And I love King, too. Finding him.
So, Tommy, that's how we got the gold back for the bank. Some of it was your father's, I think.
Gee, Sergeant, and that was swell. I hope I can train my pup the way you did King.
Oh, it isn't hard if you're patient.
We're sure lucky that you thought the pup was just as important to find as gold.
What was important, Tommy, a dog is a good friend. And a faithful friend is much more important than gold. Isn't it, King?
The Challenge of the Yukon, a copyrighted feature, is brought to you each week at this time, and all characters, names, and incidents used are fictitious. Listen again next week to another exciting adventure during the days of the gold rush. L. Prowl speaking. This program came to you from Detroit.
That goes back 78 years, July 3rd, 1947. The Challenge of the Yukon here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll move to the Yukon to Pine Ridge, Arkansas in just a moment.
Driving tonight? Then remember this. Most highway deaths are caused by two temptations, to cut out of line and to go too fast. Crossing the center line of the road is more dangerous than you realize. Statistics prove it. Excessive speed is just as dangerous as officials say. You can predict your own impulses, but you can never predict the other drivers when driving tonight. Drive cautiously, please.
All right, let's wrap up this Thursday edition of the podcast with another episode of Lum and Abner and find out what's been left in the store. This episode goes back 83 years, July 3rd, 1942.
The makers of Alka-Seltzer bring you Lum and Abner. Folks, now that delightful summer weather is the rule rather than the exception, I know most of you listeners are happy to get out of doors whenever you can. To enjoy yourselves at a family picnic, pitching horseshoes, or playing a round of golf. Well, here's a suggestion that may help you get more enjoyment out of those few precious hours you have for rest and relaxation. It's just this. Always keep a package of Alka-Seltzer tablets handy. Now, many's the time you'll be glad you did. Because when a headache, a minor stomach upset, or muscular aches and pains happen along to spoil the best of plans, why, with Alka-Seltzer on your medicine shelf or in your suitcase, you're prepared to help yourself to prompt and pleasant relief in any or all of these bothersome little ailments. So remember to take along a package of friendly, dependable Alka-Seltzer tablets wherever you go this summer. Get a package from your druggist right away, for you never know how soon you'll want them. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, one more day has rolled around with no news about Abner's missing wife and daughter. The old fellows have checked the railroad and bus stations at the county seat. They've consulted the police. In fact, they've followed every clue they've been able to dig up. But nowhere can they find any information about Elizabeth and little Pearl. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Lum is just entering. Listen.
Abner. Hey, Abner, looky here.
Huh?
It's a letter for you.
A letter?
Yeah, just now picked it up at the post office.
I dog it. Who's it for?
I just told you it's for you.
Who's it from?
Well, I reckon it's from your brother-in-law, Ed. The postmark says Texas, and it ain't Elizabeth's writing.
Texas? I dog it. That's him, all right. Well, hurry up, Lum. Open it up. Read it to me. Read it, Lum.
Here, you read it. It's your letter, not mine.
Oh, well, I can't read at a time like this. Go ahead now. Read it for me, Lum, please.
I'll read it for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it. Now I'll find out where Elizabeth's at. Yeah, I'm going to tell her to come right back home. Fact says, I believe I'll do it right now. Where's some writing paper? I'm going to answer that letter.
Well, wait a minute. Wait till you hear the letter before you answer it. You don't know what it says yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hurry up, read it, Lum, read it.
That's what I'm trying to do. If you just catch up for a minute.
Go on.
Dear Abner.
Yeah,
That's how it starts out. Dear Abner.
Oh, well, that's it, all right. That's the way he always starts out. I start mine different to him, though. I say, Dear Ed. That's what I say.
Dear Abner, received your letter telling us that Elizabeth and little Pearl was coming here to visit us.
Well?
However, we must have misunderstood your letter because so far they have not arrived.
Not arrived? Why, they've had plenty of time to get there.
We have met every train for the last 3 days, but have not saw them.
Well, he don't have to meet every train. Just the passengers will be enough. I don't think they're going on a freight.
Please write and tell us when they will be here.
Well, Lum, do you reckon something could have happened to them on their way down there?
Well, no, not necessary. More than likely went somewhere else, that's all.
Somewheres else?
Why, sure. There's lots of other places they could have went to, you know.
Where?
Well, I don't know. It's what we got to find out.
Oh.
You oughtn't have told Ed that Elizabeth and Pearl was definite coming to his place, Abner.
Well, that's where Elizabeth always goes again. She wants to make a trip summers long.
I've told you 1,000 or 100 times before you oughtn't to jump at conclusions that way, Abner.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to have your brother-in-law going down to the depot, meeting every train that comes into Texas from now on. He'll more than likely have to give up his job to do it, and then he'll go broke, and pretty soon his whole family will starve to death.
Oh, well, I never meant to do all that.
Well, don't worry. It won't go that far, I don't think.
Won't,
I'm just giving you an example to show you what this conclusion jumping of yours can lead to.
Yeah.
Here, let me finish reading your letter.
Oh, is there some more to it?
Yeah, this might give us more information.
Yeah, sure.
Where was I at? Oh, yeah. We are all fine here. I went hog wild the other day, and for Emmy's birthday...
That's his woman, Emmy.
Uh-huh. And for Emmy's birthday, I bought her a second-hand washing machine.
He always was wonderful for fancy gadgets.
Emmy likes it just fine.
Well,
Opal is
that's his oldest daughter, Opal. Yeah.
Opal is doing canteen work for the Army boys and likes it just fine.
Well, bless her heart. Bless her little heart.
Aunt Ione has went to work in a defense plant near here as a riveter.
Riveter? Yeah.
She says she likes it just fine.
Uh-huh.
Her birthday is next week, so if you think of it, you might send her a nice pair of overalls.
What size?
It don't say.
Oh.
Well, must close now. Everything here is just fine. Everything's fine, ain't it?
Well, that's fine. Yeah, everything's always fine with Ed. Never had a sad day in his life, I don't reckon.
Write soon and tell us when to expect Elizabeth and Pearl. Wish you could come along with them, but know you have to stay there and keep the old nose to the grindstone. Ha ha.
What are you laughing about, Lom?
Ed laughed.
Oh.
I mean, he put it in the letter.
Oh, he thinks he said something funny there.
Oh.
He's a joshing sort of a feller.
So it says ha ha right here. He must have thought it's funny.
Oh, that's him. He always laughs at his own jokes, you know.
Hope everything there is just fine. Yours truly, Ed. Well, Ed writes a nice letter, Abner.
Yeah, but he never told me where Elizabeth is, though.
Well, at least we know now that she ain't there.
No.
So that illuminates your brother-in-law's place. And means we got to start looking everywhere else we can think of.
Well, I don't know no place else to start looking.
I do know. Whose car's that out there?
Huh?
Over there across the street.
Oh.
Never seen that car around Pine Ridge before.
Don't believe I have neither.
It's stopping out there.
I Dogus, wait a minute. You don't reckon that's Elizabeth and she's went and bought herself an automobile, do you, Lom?
Of course not. Where would she get the money to buy something like that?
Well, maybe she earned it summers. I don't know. She might be a riveter like Aunt Ione. Maybe Aunt Ione got her in that defense plant down there in Texas.
Oh, she couldn't have did that. She ain't even got her priorities.
Well, you never can tell, though. I expect I better get Elizabeth a pair of them overalls, too, while I'm doing it. Let's see, I believe she'd take about, 30, 34s ought to fit her just about right.
Wait a minute, Abner. Elizabeth couldn't be working in no defense plant in Texas because she ain't even in Texas. We know that for sure.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Dogus, look here. Ain't that a woman getting out of the car there?
Yeah, it is, ain't
Yeah,
it?
see, what'd I tell you? What'd I tell you?
Wait a minute, though, Abner. That ain't Elizabeth.
Oh, yes, it
Look
is.
how she's dressed.
Huh?
Elizabeth ain't got no clothes like that, them furs, no.
Well, more likely she might have bought herself some new ones, then, Lom. I know Elizabeth's coming back short of her. She's coming back, Lom.
Abner, now, don't get yourself so worked up because that ain't Elizabeth.
Yes, it is.
I can see better than you can, and that ain't her. Just take a good look out there now.
Yes. And, Doggy, you know, I don't believe that does much look like her,
Well,
Lom.
of course not. Look there, she's carrying a young'un in her arms.
Oh, she is, ain't she? Well, I know that ain't little Pearl she's carrying, 'cause she's a heap bigger than that. Fact is, she can come closer to carrying Elizabeth than Elizabeth can to carrying her.
Find out, Abner. Here she comes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, try to recollect your manners now and act polite.
Yeah.
Say how they do, ma'am, and please excuse me, please, Mom, and all.
What if I did?
Well, if you do something.
Oh. I'll be glad.
That's it. Well, how they do, Mom?
How they do, ma'am?
Hello. Goodness, I've had a hard time finding your place.
Oh, was you looking for us, Mom?
You are Mr. Edwards and Mr. Peabody, aren't you?
Elizabeth never sent you, did she?
I beg your pardon?
Never mind him, miss. What was it you wanted to see us about?
Why, I want to send a... No, darling, don't cry. Mama's right here with you.
Sure, cute little feller you got there.
Yeah. It's been so fussy today. It's awfully hard traveling with the baby.
Yeah, I reckon it is.
Well, what I wanted was to send a money order.
Money order?
Yes, this is the post office, isn't it?
Oh, no, Mom. The post office is across the street there.
Get over in Dick Huddleston's store. He runs it.
Oh, dear, I can't seem to get anything right today. It's across the street, you say?
Yes, Mom.
Well, I guess I better go over and... Oh, say, would you do me a favor?
Why, sure. Be proud to do anything we can, Mom.
Well, I hate to ask you this, but would you mind watching the baby for me? It'll just take me a second to get the money order.
Why, we'd be more than glad to do that for
Why,
you.
sure, yeah.
Let me take the little feller.
Getting so heavy I can hardly carry him anymore.
Come here, you little rascal. Come here to your Uncle Long. Now, don't start that.
He won't cry much. I'll be right back.
But just take your time. He'll be all right with us.
You will take good care of him.
Oh, sure. Don't you worry now. We know all about babies.
Don't worry a minute. You better let me hold him, Mama. No more about this.
No, I'll hold him.
Well, I can make him stop crying no longer.
You can handle him all right. Ain't I, little fella? Yes, I can. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Look at that, Abner. He's smiling at me.
You don't even know how to hold him. Look like you got a sack of potatoes there you're getting ready to weigh up.
Oh, they cut down the old pine tree, and they... Oh, what kind of songs do you sing to me?
Why, you know so much about them. Go ahead.
And they hold it away to to make a coffin of pine for that sweetheart. Oh, look at him, Abner. Look at him. He's laughing now.
He's just hysterical, that's all. Here, now, let me take him along.
Now, he likes me. Oh, they cut down the old pine tree, and they hauled it away to the mill. He loves that. Look at him, look at him.
You're going to drop him now if you ain't careful now.
To make a coffin of pine for that sweetheart of mine.
On too good now.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Here, do you want to hold him?
Why, sure, yeah, give him here. Yeah, come here, little feller. I know how to hold you. Come here. Oh, they cut down the old pine. Uh-oh. Why didn't you tell me, Long?
You know more about babies than me.
Well, here, now, you take him back. Look there, he's starting to cry again. He likes you better than me.
No, now, you keep him.
Well, I don't know what to do.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll call his mom over at Dick Huddleston's and tell her to hurry back.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Tell her to hurry, though, Long.
I will.
Here, be quiet now. Be quiet, little feller. Yeah, be quiet now. Be quiet.
Sing that song to him, Abner. He likes that.
Oh, they cut down the old pine tree.
Hello?
And
Is
they
that you,
hauled
Dick?
it away.
Hello? Just a minute. Abner, quiet down a little. This is Lum. Say, Dick, did I speak to that young lady over there, the one that's getting the money order? Are you sure, Dick?
Tell her to hurry, Lum.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what she was wearing. You seen her do what? Well, she couldn't have. Her car's parked right over there across the
ride you home.
Wait a minute. Abner, look across the street there.
Huh?
The car's gone.
Gone?
Yeah, Dick said he seen her heading out of town.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, Dick. I gotta hang up now, 'cause me and Abner's just had a baby. I mean, that woman must have went right off and left him. Forgot him.
Well, wasn't that a surprise? And say, speaking of surprises, have you ever experienced the surprisingly prompt, pleasant relief that Alka-Seltzer offers for acid indigestion, sour, upset stomach, or occasional distress after meals? Or if you haven't, you're really missing something. Honestly, you'll just never know how much better Alka-Seltzer can make you feel until you try it. You see, Alka-Seltzer does two things to comfort you. First, it helps reduce excess gastric acidity. And second, it also helps relieve that full, stuffy, uncomfortable feeling that's so often a big part of stomach discomfort. Now, you're in for a really pleasant surprise the very first time you take Alka-Seltzer for relief in minor stomach upsets. Try it. See for yourself why so many other folks refuse any substitute once they've tried Alka-Seltzer. You can get Alka-Seltzer at all drugstores, either by the package or by the glass at the soda fountain. And remember, it's Alka-Seltzer you want.
Well, not what the boys expected. From 83 years ago, June 3rd, 1942, Lum and Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Be a few days before we'll hear about what's going on with them, as tomorrow we'll have The Couple Next Door, and then on the Saturday show, we'll have an episode of Dear Ada, so we'll find out more about the baby, I guess, on Sunday. But tomorrow, The Adventures of Sam Spade, The Lives of Harry Lime, Murder by Experts, X-1, and The Couple Next Door. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.